English and Khmer Digital Media បានបង្កើតកម្មវិធីពិសេសមួយមានឈ្មោះថា Marketing and Branding Talk Show ដោយដាក់បេសកកម្ម8សប្តាហ៍ពេញក្នុងគោលដៅចែករំលែកចំណេះដឹងបទពិសោធន៍និងជំនាញអំពីការធ្វើទីផ្សារការកសាងម៉ាកយីហោនិងភាពជាអ្នកដឹកនាំធុរកិច្ចអំឡុងវិបត្តិ Covid-19 English and Khmer Digital Media
លើបទពិសោធន៍របស់ថ្នាក់ដឹកនាំយើងជាង10ឆ្នាំនៅក្នុងវិស័យប្រព័ន្ធផ្សព្វផ្សាយ Digital និង Digital Marketing បានធ្វើឲ្យក្រុមហ៊ុន English and Khmer Digital Media បោះជំហានទៅមុខប្រកបដោយចក្ខុវិស័យនិងដំណោះស្រាយពោរពេញដោយអ្នកវិនិយោគនិងការច្នៃប្រឌិតមិនចេះរីងស្ងួតទោះជាស្ថិតនៅក្នុងកលៈទេសៈណាក៏ដោយក៏ក្រុមហ៊ុនយើងផ្ដោតសំខាន់ទៅលើការផ្ដល់ជូននូវដំណោះស្រាយលើពី Social Media Marketing ឬ Facebook Marketingពលគឺយើងមានសមត្ថភាពធនធាននិងក្រុមការងារគ្រប់គ្រាន់ដើម្បីជួយជ្រោមជ្រែងដល់ការធ្វើទីផ្សាររបស់លោកអ្នករួមមានការស្រាវជ្រាវទីផ្សារការសិក្សាពីគោលប្រកបប្រជែងយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រក្នុងការវិនិយោគទីផ្សារនិងការកសាងមូលដ្ឋានគ្រឹះម៉ាកយីហោរបស់លោកអ្នកឲ្យរឹងមាំក្រៅពីនេះយើងក៏អាចជួយលោកអ្នកក្នុងការបង្កើតនៅខ្លឹមសារឬហៅថា content ដែលមានភាពបត់បែននិងមានភាពច្នៃប្រឌិតសម្រាប់ការធ្វើទីផ្សារដែលមានដូចជារូបភាព graphic design វីដេអូ 3D និង animation សម្រាប់អចលនទ្រព្យភាពយន្តឯកសាររឿងខ្លីៗឬហៅថា short film រូបភាពមានចលនា motion graphic និងយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រក្នុងការពង្រឹងនិងពង្រីកការធ្វើទីផ្សារលើបណ្ដាញសង្គម Facebook Google Marketing ដែលប្រើប្រាស់គន្លឹះឬហៅថា SEO Marketing ការផ្ញើសារតាមរយៈទូរស័ព្ទ SMS Marketing ការផ្ញើ email សម្រាប់អតិថិជនគោលដៅអាជីព Professional Email Marketing ការបង្កើតជា channel នៅលើបណ្ដាញសង្គម YouTube និងបណ្ដាញសង្គមជាច្រើនទៀតដូចជា LinkedIn, Instagram និង TikTok ជាដើមសម្រាប់ការងារទីផ្សារតាមបណ្ដាញសង្គម Social Media Marketing យើងជួយលោកអ្នកក្នុងការរៀបចំ page ស្តង់ដារឬក៏ហៅថា page optimization ផលិតនៅខ្លឹមសារគ្រប់ទម្រង់បង្កើតជា chatbot និងការប្រើប្រាស់បច្ចេកទេសខ្ពស់គឺ developer account ដើម្បីធ្វើការ boost ad ឲ្យមានប្រសិទ្ធភាពលើសពីការដែលលោកអ្នកប្រើប្រាស់នៅ personal account ឬក៏ business account កន្លងមកយើងក៏មាន studio ផ្ទាល់ខ្លួនក្រុមការងារ YouTube និងក្រុមការងារវីដេអូសម្រាប់ការងារផលិតកម្មគ្រប់ទម្រង់ចាំជួយ control ដល់ការធ្វើ digital marketing របស់លោកអ្នកបន្ថែមពីនេះថ្នាក់ដឹកនាំផ្នែកបច្ចេកទេសនិងច្នៃប្រឌិតរបស់យើងអាចផ្ដល់ជូននូវការប្រឹក្សាយោបល់ដល់លោកអ្នកប្រកបដោយវិជ្ជាជីវៈបំផុតទំនាក់ទំនងមកក្រុមការងារយើងឥឡូវនេះដើម្បីទទួលបានឱកាសពិសេសទាំងតម្លៃការប្រឹក្សាយោបល់និងការសិក្សាពីគូប្រកួតប្រជែង English and Khmer Digital Media where digital marketing refreshing result
Okay សួស្តីប្រិមិត្តទស្សនិកជនទាំងអស់ថ្ងៃនេះមានការជជែកពិភាក្សាថ្មីទៀតហើយដែលថ្ងៃនេះយើងខុសពីសពដងតែយើងមានវាគ្មិនកិត្តិយសរបស់យើងជាខ្មែរបាទថ្ងៃនេះគឺយើងមានដៃគូសន្ទនាដ៏ពិសេសមួយរូបដែលលោកជាអ្នកដែលចំណានហើយក៏ជាអ្នករៀបចំនៅយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រអាជីវកម្មជាច្រើននៅក្នុងក្រុមហ៊ុនឯកជនជាពិសេសគឺនៅក្នុងស្ថាប័នធំៗនៅប្រទេសកម្ពុជាបាទហើយថ្ងៃនេះប្រធានបទពិតជាគួរឲ្យចាប់អារម្មណ៍ខ្ញុំសូមនិយាយ interview ជាភាសាខ្មែរពីព្រោះបងប្អូន audience យើងជាភាសាខ្មែរ Hello Mr. Alexander ជំរាបសួរ Yes How are you today
I'm fantastic. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, good. So, but I just want to make sure that our audience can understand the whole things. So, I just need to make the content in Khmer first, my friend. So, when the time coming, I will start conversation in English. Okay, my friend?
Fantastic.
Okay, thank you. I will read your bio in a few minutes, but before reading and starting on your biography, I need to make sure that our audience know what the topic today and how and why it is important for them. Okay? Okay. But ទស្សនិកជនយើងអ្វីដែលគួរចាប់អារម្មណ៍អំពីលោក Alex លោកមិនមែនទើបនឹងមកប្រទេសកម្ពុជាទេលោក Alexander Evengroen លោកគឺជាជនជាតិហូឡង់ហើយលោកបានមកបំពេញការងារនៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាយើងរយៈពេលប្រមាណជា10ឆ្នាំរួចមកហើយបច្ចុប្បន្នលោកគឺជាប្រធានផ្នែកខាងយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រ ហើយក៏ដូចជាប្រធានផ្នែកខាងគេហៅថា Chief Advisor ជាប្រធានក្រុមផ្នែកផ្ដល់នៅប្រឹក្សាយោបល់ដល់ក្រុមហ៊ុន KC Group លោកក៏ជានាយកប្រតិបត្តិនៅក្រុមហ៊ុនអចលនទ្រព្យ Asian Realtor ហើយលោកក៏ជាស្ថាបនិកក្រុមហ៊ុនបណ្ដុះបណ្ដាលជំនាញគេហៅ Global Skill បាទក្រៅពីនេះលោកក៏ជា guest lecturer ដែលបង្រៀននៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យដ៏ល្បីល្បាញគឺ American University Phnom Penh AUPP បាទមែនទែនទៅលោកមានជំនាញឯកទេសលើការបណ្ដុះបណ្ដាលនិងអភិវឌ្ឍមនុស្សនិងស្ថាប័នគោលដៅធំរបស់លោក Alex គឺដើម្បីជួយបំពេញគេហៅថាជួយសម្រេចគោលដៅរបស់បងប្អូនឬក៏ជួយសម្រេចគោលដៅរបស់អាជីវកម្មតាមរយៈការផ្ដល់នូវជំនាញអភិវឌ្ឍមនុស្សក៏ដូចជាជំនាញអភិវឌ្ឍស្ថាប័នដើម្បីធ្វើយ៉ាងណាឲ្យលោកអ្នកអាចសម្រេចនៅគោលដៅរបស់អ្នកបានលឿនរហ័សលើសពីការរំពឹងទុកបាទបើនិយាយអំពីលោក Alex ពាក់ព័ន្ធនឹងការប្រឹក្សាយោបល់វិញលោក Alexander បានផ្ដល់ការប្រឹក្សាយោបល់ជាង200ក្រុមហ៊ុនហើយក៏បានដោះស្រាយបញ្ហានៅក្នុងតាមរយៈវេទិកាតាមរយៈគេហៅថា workshop សិក្ខាសាលាតាមរយៈកម្មវិធីធំៗដែលមានអ្នកចូលរួមប្រមាណជាង250,000នាក់នៅក្នុងកម្មវិធី seminar ក៏ដូចជាកម្មវិធីធំៗប្រមាណជា 1000 បាទនៅប្រទេសហូឡង់នៅទ្វីបអាហ្វ្រិកបាទនៅប្រទេសអាមេរិកនៅកាណាដានៅសិង្ហបុរីនៅកម្ពុជានៅចិនហើយនិងនៅបណ្ដាប្រទេសច្រើនទៀតនៅទូទាំងពិភពលោកបាទក្រៅតែពីការងារទូនាទីជាអ្នកប្រឹក្សាយោបល់និងធុរកិច្ចលោកត្រូវបានគេស្គាល់ថាលោកគឺជាគ្រូបង្វឹកផ្នែកជោគជ័យ success coach បាទក៏ជាវាគ្មិនដ៏ចំណានមួយរូបមិនត្រឹមតែវាគ្មិនទូទៅទេលោកក៏ជាវាគ្មិនផ្ដោតលើការគេហៅថាជំរុញទឹកចិត្តឬក៏បំផុសគំនិតហើយលោកក៏ជាវាគ្មិនដែលផ្ដោតសំខាន់ទៅលើខាងភាពជាអ្នកដឹកនាំដែរបាទលោកបានដោះស្រាយបញ្ហាច្រើនរាប់ពាន់មួយឆ្នាំតាមរយៈសិក្ខាសាលាផ្សេងៗដែលលោកបានឡើងឆាកជាពិសេសនៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាថ្មីនេះប្រិមិត្តមួយចំនួនប្រហែលជាបានស្គាល់លោក Alexander រួចទៅហើយអ្វីដែលខ្ញុំចាប់អារម្មណ៍មួយទៀតនោះគឺលោកបានសិក្សាស្រាវជ្រាវសរសេរនិងបានរៀបរៀងគេហៅថានិយាយទៅកាន់ទស្សនិកជននៅក្នុងវិស័យអភិវឌ្ឍមនុស្សវិស័យអចលនទ្រព្យវិស័យទីផ្សារ marketing ជំនាញលក់គ្រប់គ្រងហើយនឹងយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រអាជីវកម្មចិត្តសាស្ត្រហើយនឹងទស្សនវិជ្ជាទៅកាន់មនុស្សជាច្រើនអ្នកបាទនៅក្នុងប្រធានបទដែលពាក់ព័ន្ធមុខជំនាញដែលខ្ញុំបានរៀបរាប់មិញអ្វីដែលគួរចាប់អារម្មណ៍មួយទៀតបងប្អូនគឺលោកបានសរសេរនិងនិពន្ធសៀវភៅចំនួន11ក្បាលដែលសៀវភៅរបស់លោកមួយក្បាលនោះទទួលបានគេហៅថាជា top rated bestseller ដែលមានចំណងជើងថា How to become a great manager ហើយសៀវភៅនេះតាមអ្វីដែលខ្ញុំដឹងគឺលោកបានបកប្រែជាច្រើនភាសាបាទជាច្រើនលោកបានមិនមែនលោកទេបាទក្រុមអ្នកជំនាញបានបកប្រែជាច្រើនភាសាអ្វីដែលខ្ញុំនៅចងចាំមួយទៀតនៅពេលដែលខ្ញុំបានចូលទៅក្នុង LinkedIn របស់លោក Alexander លោកអាចនិយាយបានថាលោកពូកែខាងវោហាសាស្ត្រលោកពូកែការចែករំលែកទៅលើប្រធានបទពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅនឹងការអភិវឌ្ឍអាជីពហើយនឹងការអភិវឌ្ឍគេហៅថាជាលក្ខណៈបុគ្គល personal and professional development ដែលក្នុងនោះរួមមានទាំងបុគ្គលិកថ្នាក់ជាន់ខ្ពស់គេហៅថា executive level ហើយនឹងក្រុមការងារជាពិសេសតាមបណ្ដាក្រុមហ៊ុនធំៗនៅប្រទេសកម្ពុជាយើងក៏ដូចជាប្រទេសផ្សេងៗបាទអ្វីដែលលោកផ្ដោតក្រៅតែអំពីការងារដែលខ្ញុំរៀបរាប់ខាងលើនេះគឺលោកធ្វើបានល្អបំផុតទៅលើការងារពាក់ព័ន្ធ sale ពាក់ព័ន្ធនឹងភាពជោគជ័យពាក់ព័ន្ធនឹងភាពជាអ្នកដឹកនាំការកសាងគុណតម្លៃគេហៅ self esteem បាទ goal ការកំណត់គោលដៅរៀបចំយុទ្ធសាស្ត្ររបស់អាជីវកម្មបាទអញ្ចឹងហើយបានជាខ្ញុំអញ្ជើញលោកឲ្យមកធ្វើជាវាគ្មិននៅថ្ងៃនេះដែលពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅនឹងប្រធានបទដ៏គួរចាប់អារម្មណ៍មួយតើហេតុអីហើយនឹងដោយរបៀបណាដែលម្ចាស់សហគ្រាសឬក៏សហគ្រិនឬក៏បងប្អូនដែលជាម្ចាស់អាជីវកម្មឬថ្នាក់ដឹកនាំអាជីវកម្មនេះគួរតែសម្លឹងមើលអំពីឱកាសមិនមែនជាបញ្ហាហើយសូមបញ្ជាក់ផងដែរក្រៅតែអំពីសិល្បៈក្នុងការបង្វឹកមនុស្សក្នុងការបណ្ដុះបណ្ដាលមនុស្សលោក Alexander ក៏ជាអ្នកអាចនិយាយបានភាសា4ភាសាផងដែរបាទលោកនិយាយភាសា Dutch លោកនិយាយភាសាហូឡង់លោកនិយាយភាសាអង់គ្លេសលោកអាចនិយាយភាសាអាល្លឺម៉ង់ហើយលោកក៏អាចនិយាយភាសាចិនបានផងដែរបាទ Alexander is amazing, you know, your story very amazing because I know that you can speak 4 languages. You can speak Dutch, you can speak German, you can speak English and you can speak Chinese too, right?
Correct.
Okay. So today is a great, I can say today is a great evening because we have a very talented and very professional coach, trainer, public speaker, guest speaker, keynote speaker, and also I can say a strategist, not just a local strategy, but he is a worldwide strategy. I can say that because he used to manage and also deliver his an address to the audience worldwide, especially in Holland, in Africa, in US, in China, in Cambodia, in Canada, in Singapore. So today is a great time and a great evening because Cambodian audience, especially the business owner, will be able to capture what is important, what is beneficial, what is useful for the business. And as you already know, as a business owner, and as we mentioned in the topic today, as a business owner, why and how you need to see opportunity, not a problem during COVID-19. But before we jump into the discussion, Mr. Alexander Overgreen also have a slide presentation. It's interesting, and my team also do it in Khmer version. So I hope and believe that our audience today can read Khmer version and also can listen to the way he speaks and the address. I think Alexander will be able to link with many business cases, many examples that happening in Cambodia because he has been managing many businesses in Cambodian market. So before we go into discussion, Alexander, what do you see about the problem during COVID-19 for Cambodian business owner?
Well, firstly, thank you very much for the very kind and extensive explanation about who I am and what I did. So, Akunchiran, very,
Yes.
very nice.
Welcome, you are welcome.
And thank you. Well, the main thing is COVID-19, of course, is something very, very bad. And it's not something new because when there was SARS in 2002, 2003, what started also in China, is also a form of COVID that was COVID-2. And the COVID-19 is something that will stay for a long time. And we all have that same problem with what's happening right now. The pandemic is very bad. And it is something that we have to keep in mind. And we also have to be very, very careful. So keep in mind, it's not discriminating to anyone. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. If you don't pay attention, if you don't take really good care of yourself and the people around you, this can hurt you very, very badly. And that's something that we don't want. So this is very important to explain to people in the beginning because there is not a magic drink that you say, I drink it and COVID-19 will not infect me or affect me in what I'm doing personally or in business.
Okay. Thanks, Alexander. So actually, when I read article on the website currently, as you already mentioned about the why it become a big concern, even though it's not the first case, but 2002, 2003 is a kind of influenza, but this year is a kind of worldwide pandemic. But លោកស្រីនេះកញ្ញាដោយអ្វីដែលលោកបានលើកឡើងបាញ់មិញថាបញ្ហា Feasibility វាបានយើងមើលឃើញជាក់ស្ដែងថាពិភពលោកបានកំពុងតែទទួលរងនូវភាពគេហៅថាក្តីបារម្ភហើយនឹងវិនិស្សកម្មមួយនៅក្នុងសេដ្ឋកិច្ចសកលបាទខ្ញុំសូមបញ្ជាក់ផងដែរបងប្អូនខ្ញុំមិនបានបកប្រែទាំងស្រុងទៅលើអ្វីដែលលោកឡើងប៉ុន្តែខ្ញុំធ្វើយ៉ាងណាឲ្យបងប្អូនងាយយល់ពីបរិបទដែលយើងបានជជែកគ្នាបាទអញ្ចឹងលោកបានលើកឡើងហើយអំពីអ្វីដែលជាបញ្ហាដើមចងដូចជាគណនេយ្យឆ្នាំ2002 2003ដែលកើតឡើង virus SARS ក៏ប៉ុន្តែយ៉ាងណាស្ថានភាពនៅពេលនេះវាស្ថានភាពមួយដែលធ្វើឲ្យយើងគួរតែបារម្ភគួរតែមានការប្រុងប្រយ័ត្នបំផុតហើយមិនមែនតែសម្រាប់តែ business owner ទេសម្រាប់អ្នករាល់គ្នាជាពិសេសអ្នកទីក្រុងភ្នំពេញនាពេលបច្ចុប្បន្នបងប្អូនដឹងហើយថាយើងកំពុងតែជួបនៅគេហៅថាម៉េចស្ថានភាពដ៏លំបាកមែនទែនសម្រាប់កម្ពុជាយើង Alex, when I go to World Matters, coronavirus cases in Cambodia happening right now, the total number have reached to 4,238. And the death toll now is 29. So
very bad.
The good thing, I mean, the recover cases is also 2,152. It's not bad number, And even though everyone know that yes, we are suffering right now. Not only just a business owner, everyone in Phnom Penh, including the people, the labor, the worker, and right now, as everyone know, the government workers are suffering so bad because it's happening in one of the first factory, and it's spreading so fast right now. So I hope and believe that people in Phnom Penh will pay more attention to the COVID-19. It is not just a simple case, but if you ignore the problem, if you ignore how and why you should take care of yourself, take care of your family member, take care of your business, take care of your staff, it will become a big, what I can say, dilemma to your economy and destroying the whole things. Yeah.
Correct.
Alexander, so can you briefly explain your business? What are you focusing right now? Just before we going into the presentation, that I believe that the audience today will be very interested, because he come up with a very short and with a very highlighted case study, and also the strategy or the idea that is workable and beneficial for every business people. Okay, so can you tell the audience briefly, what are you focusing right now for the business?
Okay, so firstly, I will set it in two parts, because firstly, what we have to do is thank the government, because the government is working very, very hard to help the people in Cambodia, and also the foreign people in Cambodia, to prevent the spreading, and they do a lot to support, to help, to guide people. And what we as the people within Cambodia should do is lead by example. I mean, the Cambodian government is trying very hard. They show how to do it. They try to inform us. They have websites. They have TV
Facebook
programs, everything
social
about
media,
Facebook and social media. And we have to follow and see what they're doing. And then, we have to be aware of what happened if we don't follow their guidance. So for that, we have to be very thankful. That's something very, very important to start with. Because if you see Cambodia compared with other countries, Cambodia got 17 million people. And if you see that we have, of course, 4,000 cases, and every case is too much, but we can control it because we trying to follow the guidance from the government. And this is something that we should keep doing. We have to be very, very careful, very vigilant. So this is the first thing I want to say about it.
Okay, thanks. So Alex, លោក Alex បានលើកឡើងហើយអំពីអ្វីដែលជារឿងដែលគួរជាទីមោទនៈសម្រាប់កម្ពុជាយើងដោយសារចំណាត់ការរបស់រាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលកម្ពុជាពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅនឹងការគេហៅថាផ្ដោតទៅលើខ្លឹមសារបដិបដាសំដៅខ្លឹមសារចែករំលែកព័ត៌មានទាំងតាមរយៈប្រព័ន្ធបណ្ដាញសង្គមតាមរយៈទូរទស្សន៍និងប្រព័ន្ធបណ្ដាញផ្សព្វផ្សាយគ្រប់ទម្រង់ដែលយើងបានចាត់ផ្ដើមធ្វើតាំងតែពីដើមទីមកពាក់ព័ន្ធនឹងវិធានការការពារការរៀបចំនៅវិធានការគ្រប់គ្រងសុខភាពសាធារណៈមួយចំនួនទៀតសម្រាប់ក្រសួងសុខាភិបាលផ្ទាល់ហើយក៏ដូចជាចំណាត់ការទៅលើជាមួយនឹងប្រជាជនហើយដូចអ្វីដែលលោកឡើងមិញថា 4,000 ក្នុងករណី 4,000 case បើប្រៀបធៀបជាមួយនឹងប្រជាជន population របស់យើងជិត 20 លាននាក់វានៅក្នុងទម្រង់តិចតួចនៅឡើយហើយកម្ពុជាយើងបានធ្វើយ៉ាងល្អជាពិសេសរាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលរបស់យើងបានធ្វើយ៉ាងល្អតាំងពីដើមទីមកវិបត្តិតែយើងមានការផ្ទុះនៅព្រឹត្តិការណ៍20កុម្ភៈក៏ពិតមែនប៉ុន្តែស្ថានភាពយើងគឺអាចគ្រប់គ្រងបានរយៈពេលជាច្រើនខែមកហើយទើបតែស្ថានភាពនៅពេលនេះគឺយើងចាត់ទុកថាជាស្ថានភាពដែលធ្ងន់បាទ Okay, so continue please Alex.
Okay, so coming back to the question that you asked me about what I'm doing right now, and as I mentioned to you, I'm aware of COVID-19 as well. So every day I go to the office, and in my office there are normally 1 or 2 people. That's me and one person sitting on the other side of the office. And again, we're also taking really good care of making sure that we know our temperature, we're wearing a mask, we're cleaning our hands, we're not interacting very close with each other. And what I'm doing right now is working on feasibility studies. We have many projects that we are doing, and that means we have to do a lot of paperwork, research, and what we need to do, how we need to do it, where we need to do it, when we need to do it, and so on and so on. And that's all being put in a study. And I'm working on 6 different projects right now. And that means a lot of paperwork, a lot of thinking, a lot of communicating, but you don't have to have physical contact. And the benefit is that the chairman of our company, KC Group, is letting me do that without interacting with a lot of people. Of course, I travel, I visit our sites, but it gives me the opportunity to be very, very detailed in what we have to do. So when the COVID-19 is being defeated, that means we are completely ready for implementing all our ideas. So all the feasibility studies are done, the budgeting is done, the investors are being set up, and when then everything's set down to being as normal as possible, that means we can implement our projects. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, thank you Alex អញ្ចឹងលោកបានលើកឡើងហើយថាតាមពិតលោកមានគម្រោងច្រើនមួយរយៈពេលនេះតែយ៉ាងណាលោកមមាញឹកខ្លាំងក៏ពិតមែនប៉ុន្តែលោកមិនដែលចោលគោលការណ៍ការអនុវត្តគោលវិធានការការពារ3កុំ3ការពាររបស់រដ្ឋាភិបាលដែលលោកបានលើកឡើងពាក់ម៉ាស់បាញ់អកុលឬក៏រសារនៅកម្រិតសុវត្ថិភាពលោកបានធ្វើហើយអ្វីដែលសំខាន់គឺប្រជាជនធំដែលលោកកាន់តួនាទីជាអ្នកប្រឹក្សាយោបល់ក៏ដូចជាអ្នករៀបចំយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រនៅ KG Group បាទហើយនឹងគម្រោងដែលមានទៅ5ទៅ6គម្រោងដែលលោកនឹងលើកឡើងបង្ហាញជាពិសេសគម្រោងជនអត្រាប់ដែរបាទពួកលោកក៏ផ្ដោតសំខាន់ទៅលើក្នុងវិស័យនេះដែរហើយខ្ញុំជឿជាក់ថាលោកក៏រវល់ដែរព្រោះកិច្ចការងារទាំងអស់នេះលោកបានលើកឡើងមិញថាមានឯកសារមានការងារជាច្រើនដែលលោកមិនអាចទុកចោលបានទេបាទ Okay Alex so thanks for your interview for your introduction about the project you are focusing right now what about the COVID-19 situation? I mean, is it impact to your business? Is it impact to your project? Is it the same?
Of course, it's infecting in one way, but as being creative, and you will see that in my presentation also a little bit. If you cannot go left, then you have to go right. As long as you keep the safety of yourself, the people around you in mind, then there are so many opportunities, and that's why also the name of the presentation is opportunities versus problems. Because if you think in problems, that means the whole world will grind to a halt. Everything stops moving forward, and you have to think in the opportunities during this period. So yes, it affects my business, but I find ways and I create ways that it's actually also benefiting me and the people around me.
Okay. Anyway, Alexander, actually, though some of new project, I mean, a few of your project is just recently existed and make it happen, isn't it right? Like one of KC project is just, I remember that it's just coming up maybe last month. Maybe recent, right?
Well, we do recent things, but because we're moving forward and while we are working on certain projects, we see new opportunities and then we do a study. And if that study is interesting, then we implement it as an extra project that we do. Because we do many things. We do things in real estate, agriculture, development, country development, international development. So there are many things.
Thank you. So look, like បានលើកឡើងមិញហើយថាមិនមែនតែ business របស់បងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាទេអាជីវកម្មរបស់លោក Alex ក៏ដូចជាដៃគូក៏ដូចជាខាង KC ក៏យើងប៉ះពាល់ដូចគ្នាដែរក៏ពិតមែនប៉ុន្តែអ្វីដែលសំខាន់គឺលោកមិនបានផ្ដោតទៅលើបញ្ហាទេអ្វីដែលសំខាន់គឺលោកផ្ដោតទៅលើ solution ផ្ដោតទៅលើឱកាសដែលត្រូវ movement ដើម្បីធ្វើឲ្យ business មាន movement ទៅមុខហើយជាការពិតនៅក្នុងវិស័យរបស់លោកមិនមែនតែអចលនទ្រព្យមាន កសិកម្មមានអចលនទ្រព្យនិងមានវិស័យផ្សេងៗទៀតដែលកំពុងតែផ្ដោតដូច្នេះមិនប្រកាសថាវិស័យខ្លះក៏វាជួបបញ្ហាដោយអ្វីដែលលើកឡើងយើងគឺវិស័យនេះគឺមានការជួបបញ្ហាក៏ប៉ុន្តែសំខាន់ក្នុងនាមជាអ្នកយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រជាអ្នកដែល Chief Advisor លោកផ្ដោតសំខាន់ទៅលើការស្វែងរកនៅឱកាសដំណោះស្រាយដើម្បីធ្វើយ៉ាងណាឲ្យអាជីវកម្មបត់បែនទៅដូច្នេះបានជាកិច្ចពិភាក្សាយើងថ្ងៃនេះជាពិសេសគឺបទបង្ហាញរបស់លោក Alexander តែម្ដងគឺនឹងមានការបង្កប់នៅខ្លឹមសារពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅនឹងការឆ្វេងយល់ឬក៏ការបង្ហាញអំពីឱកាសបាទ so we don't want to further delays so Alex you can now play your slide so I believe that our audience is now waiting for your presentation okay
fantastic well let's see if it works so I'm just have to have your support a little bit I'll click on it I think
okay so here
okay so you can see it
yes I can see sorry Alex ទស្សនិកជនដោយសារយើងមិនចង់បើយើងចុច full screen ទៅលោក Alex ខានមិនអាចមើលឃើញ screen ទាំងមូលអញ្ចឹងអ្វីដែលលោក Alex ចង់បង្ហាញគឺបង្ហាញទៅនឹងខ្ញុំសង្ឃឹមថាទស្សនិកជនអាចមើលឃើញដូចគ្នាធ្វើបាត់តែមិនបាន full screen តែយើងអាចមើលឃើញដូចគ្នាខ្ញុំនឹងព្យាយាមធ្វើ summarize ហើយខ្ញុំ add up ខ្ញុំមិនបានបកប្រែខ្ញុំ add up ទៅលើអ្វីដែលខ្ញុំអាចបញ្ចូលបានដើម្បីធ្វើឲ្យកិច្ចការងារកិច្ចពិភាក្សារបស់យើងថ្ងៃនេះកាន់តែទទួលបានផលប្រយោជន៍សម្រាប់បងប្អូនដូច្នេះ okay Alex you can start now
Okay, fantastic. Well, again, first of all, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk about the COVID-19. And what I'm talking about is opportunity versus problems. Because again, we all have the same problem. We're all being affected by the COVID-19. But we can sit down, see it as a problem, or find an opportunity to keep moving forward. And especially as a business owner, you're not only having responsibility about yourself and your family, but also the people who work for you. And I will stop once in a while that you can translate it. So if I stop talking, you can just say it in Khmer.
Okay so អ្វីដែលលោក Alex នឹងបដោតសំខាន់ដោយលោកបានលើកឡើងពីដើមទីថាយើងជាម្ចាស់អាជីវកម្មយើងជាថ្នាក់ដឹកនាំអ្នកណាក៏ជួបបញ្ហាដែរអាជីវកម្មណាក៏មានបញ្ហាដែរបងប្អូនដឹងហើយក្នុងវិស័យទេសចរគឺជួបបញ្ហាធំមែនទែនហេតុអីបានជាម្ចាស់អាជីវកម្មមួយចំនួនព្យាយាមបត់បែនព្យាយាមតស៊ូព្យាយាមប្រឹងប្រែងព្យាយាមធ្វើយ៉ាងណាឲ្យអាជីវកម្មហ្នឹងដំណើរការទៅមុខបានឬក៏បើមិនបានទេគួរតែសម្លឹងមើលឱកាសផ្សេងអញ្ចឹងក្នុងនាមជាអ្វីដែលទស្សនៈរបស់លោក Alexander ដែលជាអ្នកជំនាញផ្នែកខាងយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រមួយរូបលោកបានផ្ដល់នូវអនុសាសន៍ថាក្នុងនាមយើងជាអ្នកដឹកនាំឬក៏ជា business owner ហ្នឹងគឺត្រូវផ្ដោតសំខាន់ទៅលើឱកាសហើយហេតុដោយយើងធ្វើម៉េចហើយដោយរបៀបណាទើបយើងអាចរកឱកាសបានបាទ Okay Alex please continue.
Okay, so let's move to the next slide, and of course you see a beautiful picture of me. That's always good. But what I try to say with this picture is actually, if you are talking about something what has such a big impact worldwide, a pandemic, the whole world is affected, that means you have to educate yourself. And what I did for more than a year, I educated myself in, okay, how do I gain knowledge about what COVID-19 is doing, what does it mean, and so on and so on. So I got now already 7 certificates by going to do courses. I did courses with different institutes, and I gained a lot of knowledge about what it inclines, what it exactly means, what you can do to prevent it. And it's not only washing hands, but there is a whole spectrum of things that you have to know and have to prevent. And the reason I did this is because when I speak to many people, as you know, I meet many people during events, I meet people from the government, I meet business owners, and I meet our staff, and I want them to be as safe as possible, including myself. And that is only possible when you educate yourself about the problem itself. And that means you have to educate yourself about COVID-19. And this is just one slide to show you that I did that.
Okay, thank you Alex. លោក Alex បានលើកឡើងថាមិនក្នុងកំឡុងពេលហ្នឹងលោកបានត្រឹមតែអានេះខ្ញុំសូមបន្ថែមនៅក្នុងខ្លឹមសារដែលលោកបានលើកឡើងតាមពិតមែនតើលោកក៏ប្រាប់ខ្ញុំច្រើនដែរអំពីបញ្ហាហ្នឹងមិនមែនតែលោកផ្ដោតសំខាន់ទៅលើតែវិធានការរបស់រដ្ឋាភិបាលលោកផ្ដោតសំខាន់ទៅលើអ្វីដែលលោកបានមើលឃើញលោកបានអានលោកបានយល់តាមរយៈខ្លឹមសារផ្សេងៗទេលោកថែមទាំងបានបន្តការគេហៅថាសិក្សានិងបណ្ដុះបណ្ដាលក្នុងកម្មវិធីច្រើនដូចបងប្អូនឃើញនៅក្នុង slide នេះស្រាប់លោកបានសិក្សាក៏បានចូលរៀនប្រព័ន្ធគេតាមប្រព័ន្ធអនឡាញមួយចំនួនទៅលើវគ្គសិក្សាពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹង COVID-19 ដូចបងប្អូនឃើញនៅក្នុងស្ថាប័នជាពិសេសគឺខាង Harvard Medical School ដែលលោកបានឆ្លងកាត់ការសិក្សាលើប្រធានបទឬក៏មុខជំនាញមួយចំនួនដែលពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅនឹង COVID-19 ដូចជា Managing Vulnerable Population and COVID-19 នៅឆ្នាំ2020និងនៅតាមស្ថាប័នពាក់ព័ន្ធមួយចំនួនទៀតដែលលោកបានបង្ហាញបងប្អូនអញ្ចឹងbut you could appreciate maintain very appreciated Alex actually appreciate for what you have done what you have learned is not only follow the Cambodian government guideline or the international organization like WHO UNICEF but you also have attended many courses like the
Correct.
Harvard Medical School like other institutions that mostly relevant to the pandemics COVID-19 and solution and how to prevent the problem. That really appreciated, and I think and believe that it is the good thing as a business strategist and also a good thing for business leader that you can spread this good thing to your team and also maybe today in today's webinar, I believe that our Cambodian audience they will be able to learn something from your perspective, from your idea, and also from your experience. Okay, please continue to next slide.
Okay, let me go to the next slide. So, very important thing is, many people say like, okay, when will everything go back to normal? Well, will we ever go back to normal? Because what is normal? This is something very, very important for people to understand. When something like this happens, a worldwide pandemic, this will not go away very easy, or how will it go away? It will subside at a certain point, the numbers will go down, but it will always be there because a pandemic in this form, as a form of influenza or COVID, will always be somewhere. So it's also very important to understand as a business owner, as a person, what is normal. Please.
Okay. So what is normal? Actually, is one of the question, one of the big question actually. Okay. ដូចអ្វីដែលលោកលើកឡើងហើយថាអ្វីទៅគឺជាភាពប្រក្រតី អ្វីដូចលើកឡើងនៅក្នុងសំណួររបស់លោកតើយើងនឹងអាចវិលទៅរកភាពប្រក្រតីវិញឬយ៉ាងណាឬក៏អាចនឹងវិវត្តទៅរកភាពប្រក្រតីថ្មីដែល new normal is it normal here is different from new normal my friend
Well, that's the main thing. Is indeed your normal different than my normal? So it's very important to understand what do you mean by normal, because your normal is different than my normal. But normal, what people mean, because that's what you see in the news a lot. They ask you like, okay, when we go back to normal, when are all the shops open, when people can travel again, when are the airports open? This takes time, because it takes a lot of research. It takes hundreds of millions of dollars, even billions of dollars, to do research as soon as possible to protect as many people as possible as well. So going back to the normal as we know it, the general normal, that will never happen again. It will be normal in a new level. And this is something that we all have to accept and all have to grow into, because I don't know the answer for that. You don't know the answer. And nobody exactly knows the answer what the normal or the new normal will be. That takes time.
Yep. Okay, that's amazing. Okay, ដូចអ្វីដែលលោក Alex បានលើកឡើងអញ្ចឹងតាមពិតយើងមកដល់ពេលនេះយើងមកនេះយើងម្នាក់តែងតែសួរថាតើភាពប្រក្រតីនឹងត្រឡប់មកវិញនៅពេលណាប៉ុន្តែជាការពិតដោយ Alex បានលើកឡើងហ្នឹងពិភពលោកទាំងមូលបាននឹងកំពុងតែបោះនៅទឹកប្រាក់រាប់សិបមិនបោះទេបាទគេហៅថាចាយលុយរាប់សិបលានដុល្លារដើម្បីធ្វើយ៉ាងណាទប់ស្កាត់បញ្ហាមួយគឺពាក់ព័ន្ធ Covid-19 អញ្ចឹងហើយទាំងការធ្វើផលិតវ៉ាក់សាំងទាំងការរៀបចំនៅប្រព័ន្ធ system ក្នុងការ control ការ movement របស់ប្រជាជននឹងមានរឿងណាជាច្រើនទៀតដែលពិភពលោកបាននឹងកំពុងធ្វើទាំងអស់គ្នានៅមិនទាន់មានភាពច្បាស់នៅឡើយតែតើអ្វីទៅជាភាពប្រក្រតីភាពនេះហើយវាអាចកើតមានភាពប្រក្រតីគេហៅថាភាពប្រក្រតីថ្មីបាទភាពប្រក្រតីថ្មីឬក៏អ្វីមួយដែលជាប្រក្រតីថ្មីគ្មានអ្នកណាម្នាក់អត់ដឹងច្បាស់នៅឡើយទេហើយនៅពេលណាប្រកាសនោះទេពីព្រោះអ្វីគ្រប់យ៉ាងវាស្ថិតនៅក្នុងភាពមិនប្រកបវិជ្ជានៅឡើយបើទោះបីជាពិភពលោកមានវ៉ាក់សាំងក៏ពិតមែនបាទខ្ញុំសូមបន្ថែមបន្តិចទៅនៅលើពិភពលោកនេះស្ថាប័ន WHO អង្គការធំនៅលើពិភពលោកបាននឹងកំពុងធ្វើការស្រាវជ្រាវធ្វើការវិនិយោគទៅក្នុងការស្រាវជ្រាវយ៉ាងច្រើនដើម្បីទប់ស្កាត់បញ្ហានេះប៉ុន្តែគ្មានទាន់មានភាពច្បាស់ការនៅឡើយទេថាតើភាពប្រក្រតីនេះនឹងត្រឡប់ទៅយ៉ាងម៉េចហើយភាពប្រក្រតីចាស់ហ្នឹងនឹងអាចកើតមានបានឬអត់ឬក៏យើងអាចនឹងមានភាពប្រក្រតីថ្មីយើងអត់ដឹងទេពីព្រោះភាពប្រក្រតីនេះអាចនឹងមានការប្រែប្រួលហើយខ្ញុំជឿជាក់ថាបងប្អូនធ្លាប់បានលើកឡើងថាខ្ញុំតែនិយាយក្នុង show មុនថាយើងអាចមានភាពប្រក្រតីថ្មី new normal បាទ so I also have also discussed with some of the speakers a few days ago about the new normal so maybe the world not only Cambodia the world the region and the whole continents will be adapting to the new normal because we are not sure and I'm sure that like everyone know that the big case happened in 2001 right in United States of America 11 September isn't it right
9/11 yeah
yes sorry 9/11 yes 9/11 because at that time the world government and especially the security has been were very strict at that time and all the airport implemented the new rule the new system to manage and to control the safety and security for the passenger from that time.
Correct.
So right now, if the COVID-19 is happening, for me, from my own perspective, maybe Alex, you can share something. Maybe the world also adapting to new normal, and there will be something new for people to adapt themselves, to change themselves, to transform their habit, to transform the way they used to do in the past normal or in the previous normal. Isn't it right?
I agree. I will explain you exactly how this works, because this is as a mindset coach and as a success coach, I discuss this very, very often. And I'm not talking about 9/11 and it was a very bad thing that happened and never expected that something like this would happen. But in business, in personal life, there's only one certainty, and that's change.
Yep.
Everything in life changes. If you look at how people worked 20 years ago and how people work now and how people will work in 20 years, that will always be different. And the moment you want to become successful, the moment you want to make a difference, that means you have to be capable of change. Because everything changes on a daily basis. And it's the same thing with COVID-19. The government, not only the Cambodian government doing a fantastic job, but I mean worldwide governments, NGOs, World Health Organizations, other organizations, the pharmaceutical industries, they're working very, very hard to get a medicine that will totally eliminate COVID-19 and also all the offsprings and all the, because COVID is evolving, you know, it is also creating new kinds of COVID. So there must be a medicine, a vaccine that will eliminate everything. So that means change. And
Yes.
we have to adapt to the change that the government, the people with a lot of knowledge are giving to us. If we are willing to also give in within that change, that means we cannot have a party with 50 people. We now
Yeah.
have to have a party with only 8 people. And then over time, when things get more safe, more organized, more knowledge about it, because we need to gain more knowledge. It's just a short time that COVID-19 actually just popped up. So there's a lot of things that we have to learn from this pandemic. And if we learn, that means we evolve. And if we evolve, we change. And
Yeah.
change is inevitable in growth. So this is something very, very important.
Okay, thank you Alex ដូចអ្វីដែលលោកបានលើកឡើងបាញ់មិញហ្នឹងបងប្អូនវាពិភពលោកវាមានការប្រែប្រួលជារៀងរាល់ថ្ងៃជាការពិតយើងក៏មានការប្រែប្រួលដូចយើងឃើញហើយថាការធ្វើការងារប្រហែលឆ្នាំមុន20ឆ្នាំមុនវាមិនអាចដូចពេលនេះទេហើយការធ្វើការរបៀបធ្វើការរបៀបរស់នៅរបស់ពិភពលោកនៅពេលនេះរបស់ប្រទេសយើងនៅពេលនេះរបស់តំបន់ទាំងមូលឬក៏ពិភពលោកទាំងមូលនៅពេលនេះប្រកាសជាមិនអាចដូចនាពេលអនាគតទេដូច្នេះមិនមែនតែរឿងពាក់ព័ន្ធនឹងស្ថានភាព COVID-19 ទេអ្វីដែលលើកឡើងក្នុងនាមជាអ្នកដែលមានអាយុក៏ដូចជាបទពិសោធន៍យ៉ាងជ្រៅជ្រះនៅក្នុងនឹងចាស់ទុំនៅក្នុងពិភពអាជីវកម្មលោកបានសង្កេតឃើញថាការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរជីវិតរបស់យើងប្រចាំថ្ងៃគឺមានស្រាប់តែហើយដូច្នេះក្នុងពេលក៏ដូចជាក្នុងវិបត្តិ COVID-19 ក៏មានការប្រែប្រួលដែរដរាបណាអ្វីដែលមានការប្រែប្រួល everything គឺមានការប្រែប្រួលស្ថានភាពនៃការរស់នៅរបស់យើងស្ថានភាពនៃការធ្វើការរបស់យើងស្ថានភាពនៃការធ្វើអាជីវកម្មរបស់យើងក៏មានការប្រែប្រួលដែរបាទហើយនៅពេលដែលមានវិបត្តិបែបហ្នឹងទៀតវាកាន់តែមានការប្រែប្រួលទៀតដូច្នេះការដែលយើង adapt ការដែលយើងមានការបំបត់ខ្លួនឯងបត់ខ្លួនឯងដើម្បីឲ្យទាន់សភាពការនៃការប្រែប្រួលបាទគឺជារឿងសំខាន់ហើយការបត់ខ្លួនឯងមិនមែនតែបត់ខ្លួនឯងជាមួយតែរឿងការងារពាក់ព័ន្ធនឹងវិធានការសុខភាពនោះទេបាទការបត់ខ្លួនឯងពីការបត់ខ្លួនឯងដែលរបៀបធ្វើការរបស់ខ្លួនឯងការបត់របៀបធ្វើអាជីវកម្មរបស់ខ្លួនឯងការបត់របៀបនៃការធ្វើការងារនៅក្នុងក្រុមហ៊ុននឹងការបត់របៀបនៃការតំណែងជាមួយនឹងមនុស្សជាដើមដូច្នេះវាត្រូវតែ adapt យើងត្រូវតែមានការប្រែប្រួលពីព្រោះมันមាន COVID ក៏យើងមានការប្រែប្រួលដែរហើយពិភពលោកក៏មានការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរដូច្នេះយើងក៏ត្រូវមានការប្រែប្រួលដែរទាំងរបៀបធ្វើការរបៀបរស់នៅរបៀបធ្វើការរបៀបរកស៊ីទទួលទានឬក៏របៀបធ្វើអាជីវកម្មនឹងឯងបាទអូខេ Alex so continue please
Well, my compliments for your translation because you do a fantastic job.
Okay, thank you. Because I need to add up something to make sure that our audience can understand the big picture of our discussion today.
Fantastic. I will go to the next slide.
Okay, please.
So, very important in what we just mentioned in my previous slide is gain knowledge. The more we know, the better we can share, and the better we can share, the more we can prevent that it's spreading or that people hurt themselves by not knowing. And
yes.
It is very important, especially as business leaders, as leaders within the community, that we never pointing fingers at people by not knowing, because this is something new for everyone. And if we are privileged enough to have the opportunity to gain more knowledge, to join podcasts like this and seminars and do courses online to gain more knowledge about the COVID-19 pandemic, then we should definitely do that, because now we having, due to not doing a lot of meetings, we have some more time in the office, we have some more time in the evening at home maybe, just spend 1 or 2 hours, or if you don't have that, okay, let's say half an hour to an hour per day, by gaining more knowledge and sharing that with your staff, with your friends and with your family. Because the more you know about something, the better it is to make people understand what it's actually inclining. And knowledge generates also understanding from a perspective that people say, I understand that the projects that we're working on will take a little bit longer. I understand that we have to work in smaller teams instead of saying like, okay, I fire half and the project will take 5 years longer. Mm-hmm. By explaining people why and sharing your knowledge with them, that also means that people understand. And if you make it in a friendly manner, making them understand why, that means that you can move forward together. So very, very important that you gain knowledge and share that knowledge with the people around you, including with your projects as a business owner. This is very important.
Thank you. Appreciate. I think you did this too, right? you have been doing like this, and then I believe that today discussion will not happen because if Mr. Alex cannot even just practice the sharing with us. Okay, thank you Alex. Okay ដូចអ្វីដែលលោក Alex បានលើកឡើងអញ្ចឹងថាការដែលទទួលបានចំណេះដឹងកាន់តែច្រើនគឺជារឿងល្អចំណេះដឹងមិនមែនតែពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងអ្វីដែលយើងកំពុងធ្វើនោះទេវិធានការសុខភាពការអានព័ត៌មានពាក់ព័ន្ធសុខភាពហើយការចូលរួមកម្មវិធីអនឡាញបងប្អូនយើងដូចបានលោក Alex លើកឡើងអញ្ចឹងហើយខ្ញុំតែងតែលើកឡើងថាពេលនេះបងប្អូនមានពេលវេលាច្រើនជាងមុនធ្វើកាត់តិចជាងមុនបាទជួនកាលក្រុមហ៊ុនខ្លះក៏មានការរំសាយបុគ្គលិកក្រុមហ៊ុនខ្លះក៏មានកាត់បុគ្គលិកកាត់ឲ្យម៉ោងធ្វើការអញ្ចឹងយើងមានពេលវេលាច្រើនយើងអត់ត្រូវការដើរទៅណាតិចមុនទេយើងកាត់បន្ថយការធ្វើដំណើរយើងមានពេលវេលាច្រើនដែលយើងគួរតែចូលរួមបង្កើននៅចំណេះដឹងពង្រឹងចំណេះដឹងរបស់បងប្អូនរាល់ស៊ីមីណាមុនក៏ដោយស៊ីមីណានឹងក៏ដោយយើងតែងតែនិយាយដដែលហើយមិនមែនតែក្នុងនាមជាសហគ្រិនទេមិនមែនក្នុងនាមជាម្ចាស់អាជីវកម្មទេថ្នាក់ដឹកនាំអាជីវកម្មក្រុមការងារអ្នកដែលធ្វើការងារឲ្យគេនេះក៏ត្រូវតែពង្រឹងសមត្ថភាពរបស់ខ្លួនដែររកឃើញកន្លែងណាខ្សោយរកឃើញកន្លែងណាខ្លាំងពង្រឹងកន្លែងខ្សោយមិនពង្រឹងកន្លែងខ្លាំងពង្រឹងកន្លែងខ្សោយដើម្បីធ្វើឲ្យយើងខ្លួនឯងកាន់តែរឹងមាំហើយដូចអ្វីដែលលោក Alex លើកឡើងមិញថាយើងអាចមានឱកាសរៀនសូត្រពីប្រព័ន្ធអនឡាញច្រើនដូច seminar ដែលយើងកំពុងធ្វើរាល់ថ្ងៃនេះសំទោស talk show ដែលយើងកំពុងធ្វើមាន talk show ជាច្រើនលើ YouTube លើ online talk show មានស្ថាប័នជាច្រើនបានកំពុងរៀបចំបងប្អូននេះគឺជាឱកាសរបស់បងប្អូនហើយសំខាន់គឺចែករំលែកមិនត្រឹមតែរៀនទេគឺចែករំលែកជាមួយអ្នកនៅជុំវិញខ្លួនយើងសមាជិកគ្រួសារយើងមិត្តភ័ក្តិយើងឬក៏អ្នកដែលធ្វើការជាមួយយើងការចែករំលែកនៅអ្វីដែលយើងដឹងនៅអ្វីដែលយើងចេះវាកាន់តែធ្វើឲ្យយើងចេះវាកាន់តែធ្វើឲ្យយើងជុលហើយនេះគឺជារបត់មួយដែលធ្វើឲ្យយើងជាពិសេសគឺប្រទេសរបស់យើងកាន់តែមានការទទួលបាននៅចំណេះដឹងកាន់តែទូលំទូលាយមិនក្តោបតែឯងបងប្អូនគឺរៀនតែបានអ្វីដែលថ្មីហើយរៀនកាន់តែច្រើនបន្តអនុវត្តវាហើយក៏បន្តការចែករំលែកដែរបាទដូចអ្វីដែលជាកម្មវិធីរបស់យើងកំពុងធ្វើអញ្ចឹង I like appreciate what you mentioned about sharing knowledge with others so the more you share the more you understand the topic you share big picture right okay
well
thank you.
The thing is I add one little thing because of course knowledge we all need knowledge but as business leaders we are being expected almost to know more so we are be willing to commit ourselves to gain more knowledge that we can share to the people around us.
That's right.
That's very important. So it's good that we gain knowledge, but we have to share it, and that's very important.
Yes, I like one thing. This is because Big Smile Media is a kind of digital marketing service, and because I used to, I have met many Cambodian entrepreneurs, especially the SME owners. The thing is, they don't really adapt it. They haven't adapted their business structure, their business system into technology. Because some of Cambodian business owners, they don't really understand technology. Some of them they have done, but most of them they don't really understand what is technology and how they should digitalize the business. That thing, And then, as Alex mentions, you should take some time. Especially now, you are not really busy. You are not really. Take more time focusing on your works like before because maybe you don't have a ton of work like the time that before COVID-19 so you have more time to stay focused on your weaknesses and I think technological knowledge technological reform business it should
well it's not even a weakness sorry to interrupt you it's not even a weakness it's an opportunity because many times the older version business owners they stick to what they know and that's understandable because some people are scared for change but innovation is inevitable you have to change you have to go with the flow new things will come you have to implement them in your business structures and they will help you to grow to the next level and sometimes people are scared and they just keep doing the thing that they're doing but that's affecting your business in a double manner because COVID-19 and not willing to change that means your innovation is standing still and your business is going down because you're not following the new guidelines and the new opportunities.
Yep, thank you. ដោយអ្វីដែលខ្ញុំបានជជែកមកលោក Alex មិញថាអ្វីដែលជាក្តីបារម្ភរបស់ខ្ញុំក៏ដូចជាអ្វីដែលលោក Alex បានលើកឡើងថានៅពេលនេះគឺយើងជា business owner យើងត្រូវបដោតរឿងការងារច្រើនបងប្អូនមិនមែនមួយមុខពីរមុខទេយើងមានរឿងច្រើនណាស់ដែលត្រូវបដោតយើងត្រូវធ្វើកិច្ចការងារជាច្រើនហើយចុះបើយើងនៅមានចំណុចជាច្រើនដែលយើងអត់ទាន់ដឹងអត់ទាន់បានយល់អត់ទាន់បានច្បាស់នៅក្នុងហ្នឹងយើងមិនអាចមានព័ត៌មានគ្រប់ជ្រុងជ្រោយទេនៅពេលដែលយើងធ្វើការសម្រេចចិត្តនៅពេលដែលយើងធ្វើការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រនៅពេលដែលយើងធ្វើផែនការអាជីវកម្មរបស់បងប្អូននេះទី1រឿងទី2បងប្អូនដូចអ្វីដែលលោកលើកឡើងអញ្ចឹងការធ្វើអ្នកវិនិយោគ innovation កំណត់ច្នៃប្រឌិត technology មានការប្រែប្រួលរហូតហើយខ្ញុំជឿជាក់ថាបងប្អូនយើងមួយចំនួនបានធ្វើហើយក៏ប៉ុន្តែបើដឹងថាខ្លួនឯងទើបនឹងធ្វើបានកម្រិតទី1ទេកម្រិតទាបទេយើងត្រូវប្រឹងធ្វើឲ្យកម្រិតមធ្យមរហូតដល់កម្រិតខ្ពស់ពាក្យតែឆ្វេងយល់ពី technology យើងមិនមែនមានន័យថាបងប្អូនត្រូវធ្វើជា developer ទៅជាអ្នកដែលបច្ចេកទេសសរសេរកូដទេបងប្អូនត្រូវតែគ្រាន់តែយល់ថាបច្ចេកវិទ្យាណាខ្លះដែលបងប្អូនអាចយកមកបំលែងនិងប្រើនៅក្នុងស្ថាប័នរបស់បងប្អូននេះវាអាចនឹងមានប្រយោជន៍ទៅហើយបងប្អូនអាចជួលគេបានបងប្អូនអាចពឹងអ្នកជំនាញឲ្យមកធ្វើការងារបានប៉ុន្តែយ៉ាងហោចទៅក៏បងប្អូនត្រូវតែដឹងថាកន្លែងនេះដែលបងប្អូនអត់មានតែបងប្អូនត្រូវតែរកអ្នកដែលជំនាញនៅក្នុងកន្លែងនេះដោយបើទៅលោកបានខ្ញុំថាប្រព័ន្ធពិភពលោកនៅពេលបច្ចុប្បន្នគឺមានការវិវត្តទៅលឿនហើយខ្ញុំជជែកថាវាអាចជាចំណុចខ្សោយមួយដែរប៉ុន្តែលោកក៏លោក Alex បានលើកឡើង challenge ថាវាគឺជាឱកាសដែលបងប្អូនបើសិនជាបងប្អូនមើលមិនឃើញកន្លែងហ្នឹងបងប្អូននឹងធ្វើឲ្យជីវកម្មបងប្អូនមានបញ្ហាប៉ុន្តែបើបងប្អូនមួយចំនួនដែលបានយកពេលវេលាដែលមានច្រើនជាងមុនទៅមើលពីបច្ចេកវិទ្យាទៅមើលនឹងប្រព័ន្ធ innovation ទៅមើលអ្វីដែលយើងខ្លួនឯងខ្វះខាតមិនមែនតែ system ក្រុមហ៊ុននេះគឺបច្ចេកវិទ្យានេះក៏បងប្អូនអាចយកវាមកកែច្នៃមកអភិវឌ្ឍធ្វើឲ្យស្ថាប័នរបស់បងប្អូនមានភាពប្រសើរឡើងហើយខ្ញុំសូមបន្ថែមលើអ្វីដែលលោក Alex បានលើកឡើងថាបងប្អូនត្រូវធ្វើវាឲ្យលឿនជាទីបំផុតសម្រួចYou know, like I always talk to my friend that this time is a time for sharpening the weapon. You know, sharpening the weapon. Yeah. So when the economy bounce back, when the economy recover, so our soldiers come up. You know, we train our soldier, we sharpen our weapon. So when the economy bounce back, our team is ready to fight. Yeah, that's correct, right, Alex?
Well, I don't bring up the soldiers because they're doing a fantastic job also, but okay. I see it more in a business point of view. But again, the government is very, very close involved as well. So this is something that we do as a united team. We do it together, correct?
Yep, cool. Okay, so continue to next slide. Sorry.
Yes. So as I mentioned already, knowledge is power, and share your knowledge, as I mentioned. So this is just a continuation on my first slide. If you're not sharing, that means you can have all the knowledge in your head, but the most important thing is that you're not shy of sharing with other people. And this will be the potential of growth and continuation in your business. So this is just a short add-on on what I just mentioned.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
so ដោយអ្វីដែលលោកបានលើកឡើងថាវាពុទ្ធិវាគឺជាអំណាចមួយបាទចំណេះដឹងគឺជាអំណាចដូចខ្ញុំសូមបន្ថែមអ្វីក៏លោកបងប្អូនយើងអត់យល់ក្នុងបរិបទហ្នឹងវាជាអំណាចបងប្អូនពីព្រោះនៅពេលដែលយើងដឹងយើងចេះអ្វីដែលយើងចេះឧទាហរណ៍ថាបងប្អូនធ្វើអាជីវកម្មយើងចេះយើងដឹងបាន5គូប្រកួតរបស់យើងចេះបាន2ប៉ុន្តែយើងខំបំពន់ឲ្យយើងខ្លួនឯងបាន8អញ្ចឹងគូប្រកួតយើងដឹងតែ3ឬក៏ដឹងតែ4ទេអញ្ចឹងបងប្អូនមានលទ្ធភាពក្នុងការធ្វើការសម្រេចចិត្តក្នុងការរៀបចំយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រក្នុងការរៀបចំផែនការវាលើសពីគូប្រកួតត្រង់ចំណុចហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងបានខ្ញុំសូមធ្វើការសម្រាយថាចំណេះដឹងវាគឺជាអំណាចហើយវារឹតតែអស្ចារ្យទៅទៀតនៅពេលដែលយើងដឹងពីវិធីសាស្ត្រក្នុងការចែករំលែកចំណេះដឹងរបស់យើងចែករំលែកជាមួយ team របស់យើងចែករំលែកជាមួយអ្នកដែលនឹងជាក្រុមការងាររបស់យើងហើយក៏អាចចែករំលែកជាមួយអ្នកដទៃបានផងដែរបើសិនជាបងប្អូនអាចធ្វើទៅបាននេះគឺជាស្មារតីមួយដ៏ល្អសម្រាប់ការពង្រឹងនៅពុទ្ធិរបស់យើងបាទអញ្ចឹងត្រឡប់មកវិញថាពុទ្ធិគឺជាអំណាចអូខេ Alex continue
Yes so very important as I mentioned and the text already said it don't sit down and wait how long are you willing and capable of waiting many companies they have a certain let's say a safety budget they say if something happened I got a certain amount of money on the bank and okay so they're waiting 1 month 2 months 3 months nothing happening they don't gain any knowledge they are seeing it as a big problem and they don't see the opportunity or they don't understand that they need to find an opportunity they need to find a solution for the problem yep. And this is very important so don't sit down and wait you have to look at your business so you have to sit down with your business partners with yourself with your spouse with your team and say listen guys this is what we are doing this is the situation that we're in right now what can we do how can we do it and that means the 5 W's the what where when why and who it's very simple okay. If you understand those 5 and it's very simple I use that also in my training but it's true it is that simple you have to sit down write down what are we doing right now why are we doing it what can we do in the situation that we're in right now how we have to do that and so on and so on we have to ask ourselves the questions sit down seriously with your team your business partners your budget controllers and so on what can we do because there are so many opportunities while this is going on. It is not something that you say, okay, I'm in this line of business, so I can do nothing. For instance, I give you an example, restaurants.
Yeah.
I understand when you have to close your restaurant because there's COVID-19, very bad, but you can do delivery service. So you also generate more job opportunity for other people. They can bring it to the people's houses, and so on. There are many, many opportunities, but I'm just giving you one sample. There are many, many more.
Okay, thank you, Alex. So if some of the people, some people, they don't only just sit down alone, but they they feel depressed. They feel depressed, and they some of them maybe feel lonely and then feel depressed because of they don't know how to look for the opportunity. So let me make a brief in Khmer first. Okay, ដូចអ្វីដែលលោកលើកឡើងថាយើងមិនអាចអង្គុយហើយរងចាំឱកាសនោះទេឬរងចាំពេលវេលាដែលសេដ្ឋកិច្ចត្រឡប់មកល្អប្រសើរវិញទេមកដល់ពេលនេះមកនេះបងប្អូនយើងអត់ទាន់ដឹងយើងអត់ទាន់បានច្បាស់គ្មាននរណាម្នាក់ច្បាស់សូម្បីអ្នកជំនាញធំក៏មិនទាន់បានច្បាស់ដែរទោះបីមានវាក់សាំងក៏ពិតមែនថាអ្វីគ្រប់យ៉ាងយើងមិនទាន់ដឹងថាតើនឹងបញ្ចប់នៅពេលណាទេយើងអាចមានលុយច្រើនដោយលោកលើកឡើងថាយើងអាចអ្នកខ្លះអាចមានលុយនៅក្នុងធនាគារគាត់អាចមានលុយsupport មានច្រើនគាត់អាច support បានខែទី1ទី2ទី3ហើយចុះបើសិនជានៅ9 7ខែទៀតយ៉ាងណាទៅអញ្ចឹងអ្វីដែលយើងទៅសំខាន់ដោយទស្សនៈរបស់លោកក្នុងនាមជាអ្នកដែលមានបទពិសោធន៍លើការងារយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រតែម្ដងគឺអង្គុយជាមួយ team របស់អ្នកអង្គុយជាមួយក្រុមការងាររបស់អ្នកអង្គុយជាមួយនឹងដៃគូរបស់អ្នកហើយព្យាយាមធ្វើម៉េចស្វែងរកអ្វីដែលជាឱកាសដែលអាចធ្វើទៅបានដើម្បីបង្កើតប្រាក់ចំណូលដោយអ្វីលើកឡើងជាតើ 5W បាទ 5W ឡើយអញ្ចឹងអ្វីដែលយើងអាចធ្វើបានតើអ្វីដែលយើងអាចធ្វើបានបាទហើយធ្វើវាដោយរបៀបណាហេតុអីបានយើងធ្វើវាបាទធ្វើវាពេលណាបានហើយធ្វើវាជាមួយនឹងណាប្រើកលឹះសាមញ្ញដូចអាឡិចលើកឡើងមិញថាសួរខ្លួនឯងឲ្យជជែកជាមួយ team របស់យើងជជែកជាមួយដៃគូរបស់យើងជជែកជាមួយនឹងបើអាចទៀតរក mentor រក coach like if you cannot see it alone and then you can meet Alex maybe sometime so for consulting he's open, right? He's open. Okay. So tomorrow maybe I need to catch up with you too for some personal discussion.
No problem. Okay. No, but that's what I'm doing. So I was like, and I will add something more because you just mentioned some people don't see it. They're getting depressed and they're not feeling well, and they're getting sad and they're getting angry and they're getting emotional. All understandable. The most important thing is always, as an outsider, is that you have understanding for people's feeling because we're not the same. Every person is different. But my advice for many people is then all people visit Facebook, social media, and people have a habit, and that's a very bad habit. That means people want to read bad news, negative news. People die, businesses go down, people lose all their money, banks fall down, and so on and so on. Try to look in the mirror in the morning and tell yourself, today I'm only going to look at positive people. I'm going to look at positive news. I'm going to look at great things. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Facebook and you're going to check, or you're going to go to Google and you type in who are successful people in Cambodia. You're going to go to Facebook and you read about successful stories, people who are doing good business, good in real estate, good in development, good in agriculture, and so on. And then you all of a sudden, your mindset changes. You're like, wait a second, only reading bad news and depressing news, or I'm looking for the positive things in life because there are so many good things happening still. And that changes people's mindset straight away. So please.
Yeah, that's right. Like, as me, actually, I used to work in media company. Around 7 years ago, I was a senior editor of one of the big media publishers in Cambodia. The people in Cambodian, not in general, but some Cambodian people, they are really like to read bad news, only read negative news. So when they read bad news, read negative news, they not only read, but they associate with bad negative people. The people that always take about negative about community, about country, about government, about politics, about law, about this, about that. So all the way negative. So when they work, they produce negative result as well. When the things
they produce nothing because they're so negative. So their mindset becomes negative. So the results also become negative. So it's very important.
That's right.
Newspapers sell because of negative news. You never open the newspaper and see today the whole world was beautiful, no wars, nobody died, and everything was perfect. That's why people buy a newspaper or they read online. But you are not them. You have to look at yourself. You have to deep in yourself and say, I'm going to change. I'm going to make a difference to me, my family, and the people around me. I'm going to give and create great results. And that's only possible when you start looking at positive, interacting news and people who are you want to become. Because you want to become successful, you have to look at successful people. If you want to become successful and you look at negative people, you will never become, because you become what you see and what you do.
Ok, tình lúc Alex bạn lá tham chỉ gặp bắt được cho mình thì chơi một con mình đấy tham dương trời ca co sang nơi phim vitamin là bọn dương phim vitamin từ lực dương mưa bị phục lục dương mưa khơi ca nghe dương mưa rương khơi dương mưa là vay để dương cầm bông phương không play vitamin và sau này bao dương nơi bẩn to mưa rương bét nhú cả tha poramin này mình lỏ poramin làm pi cá slap poramin pi poramin này poramin khác cứ miên lẹ cái này bài vitaminតែម្ដងបងប្អូនព័ត៌មានពីពិតព័ត៌មានខ្លះគឺពិតជាការពិតព័ត៌មានគឺពិតក៏ប៉ុន្តែធ្វើឲ្យផ្លូវអារម្មណ៍របស់យើងគិតទៅក្នុងវាកាន់តែគិតទៅលើអារឿងនឹងទៅទៀតវាកាន់តែធ្វើឲ្យយើងដកជាប់ទៅលើអ្វីដែលជារឿងមិនធ្វើឲ្យយើងសប្បាយចិត្តទៅធ្វើឲ្យយើងដកជាប់ទៅលើរឿងអ្វីដែលបង្កប់នៅខ្លឹមសារអវិជ្ជមានដែលប៉ះពាល់ដល់ការសម្រេចចិត្តប៉ះពាល់ដល់ការងាររបស់បងប្អូនហើយអញ្ចឹងហើយបានជាទស្សនៈរបស់ Alex លើកឡើងថាម៉េចលោកគិតថាធ្វើម៉េចដើម្បីឲ្យយើងខំកសាងនៅភាពវិជ្ជមានយើងចូលទៅ Google ស្វែងរកអ្វីដែលជារឿងអស្ចារ្យអ្វីដែលជាជំនាញអស្ចារ្យអ្វីដែលជាព័ត៌មានដែលបង្កប់នៅខ្លឹមសារវិជ្ជមានសម្រាប់ខ្លួនឯងហើយប្រាប់ខ្លួនឯងថាអ្វីដែលយើងចង់ខ្លាយទៅជាហើយប្រឹងប្រែងអភិវឌ្ឍអ្វីដែលជារឿងរបស់ខ្លួនឯងកុំព្យាយាមបដោតទៅលើរឿងដែលបង្ករឿងខ្លះបងប្អូនរឿងពិតខ្ញុំកុំឲ្យបងប្អូនច្រឡំព័ត៌មានមិនពិតខ្ញុំមិននិយាយទេវេទិកានេះយើងអត់និយាយអំពីព័ត៌មានតែមិនពិតទេប៉ុន្តែយើងបដោតលើព័ត៌មានពិតក៏ប៉ុន្តែព័ត៌មានខ្លះវាធ្វើឲ្យយើងកាន់តែព្រួយបារម្ភវាធ្វើឲ្យយើងកាន់តែរុញជើងមិនចង់បោះជំហានទៅមុខហើយក្នុងស្ថានភាពលំបាកនេះបងប្អូនមិនត្រឹមតែមិនរុញជើងទេបងប្អូនត្រូវតែធ្វើយ៉ាងណាឲ្យបងប្អូនកាន់តែមានធម៌ពលហើយបោះជំហានទៅមុខបន្ថែមទៀតមិនមែនភាពស្ទាក់ស្ទើរទេបើសិនជាច្បាស់កន្លែងណាដែលត្រូវធ្វើឲ្យគឺទៅផងតែម្ដងពីព្រោះពេលនេះគឺជាពេលដែលវាជួបបញ្ហាបើយើងស្ទាក់ស្ទើរគេនឹងចាប់យកឱកាសនឹងជាងមុនដូច្នេះយើងតែយើងបដោតខ្លួនឯងទៅលើរឿង negative ច្រើនពេកវាធ្វើឲ្យយើងបញ្ហា You know I like actually I'm just also adding up I already added something about the positive and negative things so when the people as a business owner they have to be a positive person so the first thing they read the positive news you already mentioned right read positive news read something great for their business for their work for their job Actually, we don't talking about the fake news. Yeah, we don't talking about fake news. Today discussion is not about fake news, but some real news all the way come up with bad fingers, bad number, bad thing that drag you not to move, right? That drag you down, and then you don't move your business, you don't move yourself, you don't adapt your situation. But the time right now is not just for you to wait, for you to stay calm, and for you to stop, but for you to run and run faster, for you to move and move faster, for you to, what I can say, to leapfrog, right? If you can leapfrog, and then you leap. So it's not a time to run slower, to walk slowly, to run slowly, but it's time to run very fast because we are in trouble, right?
The thing is that a few years ago I did a TEDx talk and that was change your mindset and belief to create great opportunities and create results. And this is the same thing. So if people want, they can see it on YouTube. They can see my TEDx talk also. It is very important if you change the way you think, if you change your mindset in the belief in yourself, everything will change around you, and that's very, very important. So don't hang around people who are always negative and crying and yelling and screaming, because they don't bring anything to the table, and especially not to your business. They don't pay your bills. You have to surround yourself with positive, like-minded people who want to move forward and grow their business even in the time of this pandemic.
Yep, that's right. Okay, thank you, Alex. ដោយអ្វីដែលលោក Alex បានលើកឡើងយ៉ាងបងប្អូនយើងមិនមែនជាពេលវេលាដែលយើងត្រូវបារម្ភហើយយើងត្រូវទៅនៅជាមួយមនុស្សក្រុមមនុស្សដែលវាសំទោសក្រុមមនុស្សដែលប្រកាន់នៅគំនិត negative ច្រើនទេពួកគាត់មិនមែនចេញថ្លៃចំណាយរបស់យើងទេមិនមែន pay លុយឲ្យថ្លៃហូបបាយថ្លៃអាហារមិនមែនបង់លុយឲ្យយើងថ្លៃធនាគារថ្លៃផ្ទះរបស់យើងទេពួកគាត់គឺវាបង្កទៅឲ្យយើងកាន់តែយឺតទៀតទៅមុខទៀតដូច្នេះយើងត្រូវតែសួរខ្លួនឯង អ្វីដែលសំខាន់គឺយើងខ្លួនឯងដូចអ្វីដែលលោកឡើងថាចូលទៅលើ YouTube check មើល TED Talk របស់លោក Alex ឬក៏ TED Talk ផ្សេងទៀត motivational video inspire video វីដេអូដែលផ្ដល់នូវផលប្រយោជន៍ជាច្រើនទៀតដល់បងប្អូនដើម្បីឲ្យបងប្អូនកាន់តែធ្វើដំណើរទៅមុខកាន់តែលឿនពេលនេះបើមានឱកាសកន្លែងណាមួយបងប្អូនទៅតែលឿនកាន់តែលឿនជាងមុនទៅទៀតពីព្រោះបងប្អូនយើងនៅកំពុងបញ្ហាយើងអត់អាចយឺត slow បានទេ Okay continue Alex
Okay, so let's go to the next one. So look for the opportunities. This is also something very, very important. And what do I mean? That's if you see this drawing, you see the person standing in the middle and the arrows pointing all directions. If you are in whatever business you are, you have to look for opportunities for the people around you. Don't only look in the opportunity within your company. Because many times, if you look outside of your window, you can see other opportunities. If you speak to your business partners, your friends, people who are also entrepreneurs, they do things. They do certain things that can benefit your business. Your business is slowing down, but if you combine certain businesses, so create more opportunities, I mean, the sky is the limit. This is very important. Don't narrow mind yourself to your own business because you have to look for opportunities within your company and also on the outside of your business.
So is it out when you talk about looking outside of your window, is it mean that we look for other business opportunity or just look for collaboration, look for something that we can improve, strengthen or enhance the way we are working on our current business?
Well, it's actually both because it's very simple. Let's say with my knowledge and your knowledge, and if we combine the both of our knowledge, that means that we can both benefit, so we can grow. If I say, no, I don't work with you because my knowledge is bigger than yours, but that's not true because I know that you have certain things in your knowledge skills that I don't possess. And I have certain things that you don't have. So if we combine them, so especially in the time of COVID-19, we have to find opportunities and look for opportunities and be open-minded to collaborate with other people and work together. Yeah.
Yes. So combining a kind of skill or any kind of that we can leverage each other is a bad thing, I can say, right?
It's a good thing.
Okay អរគុណប្រិមិត្តដោយអ្វីដែលបានលោកអាឡិចបានលើកឡើងអញ្ចឹងថានៅពេលនេះគឺយើងត្រូវតែសម្លឹងមើលឱកាសបាទដូចលើកឡើងប្រើពាក្យថាមើល outside of the window outside your window មើលអ្វីដែលខាងក្រៅពង្អួចភាសាចំគេហៅថាមើលបើកពង្អួចរបស់នេះឲ្យមើលទៅខាងក្រៅបាទតើមានអីដែលអាចយើងទាញយកឱកាសយើងអាចចាប់យកឱកាសបានអត់ឱកាសហ្នឹងមិនមែនសំដៅទៅលើអាជីវកម្មណាដែលកំពុងដួលគេលក់ចេញឬក៏អាជីវកម្មណាកំពុងមានបញ្ហាទេបងប្អូនប៉ុន្តែឱកាសដែលបងប្អូនអាចមើលឃើញឧទាហរណ៍បងប្អូនមើលឃើញអ្វីដែលជាជំនាញបាទដូចខ្ញុំបានលើកឡើងជាមួយលោកអាឡិចឧទាហរណ៍មិញថាបើខ្ញុំមានជំនាញនេះមួយដែលគាត់អត់មានចឹងគាត់មានជំនាញនេះតែយើងអាច join គ្នាមិនបានដើម្បីធ្វើការ leverage ទាញយកប្រយោជន៍ពីគ្នាទៅវិញមកបើប្រើពាក្យទាញប្រយោជន៍ហ្នឹងវាអត់ស្ដាប់ពេកថាទាញធ្វើយ៉ាងម៉េចឲ្យពួកយើងជួយគ្នាហើយទាញយកផលប្រយោជន៍ទៅវិញទៅមកបានបាទOkay, continue Alex.
Great. So very important. This is also very important. Many people they say, okay, what's going to happen, this and that, whatever. I'm not going to take a vaccination. I'm not going to do this. Listen, this is something that is inevitable. If you want to keep moving forward, lead by example. And I mean, governments invested millions, hundreds of millions of dollars to get a vaccine, and now many people say like, oh, I'm not playing this game and I'm not doing it. I mean, if you want to go back to the old normal will never be there. This is just a small add-on, very important. Make sure that when it's your time, when you have the opportunity, get your vaccinations also because it will help. And in the meantime, when the vaccination is being given 2 times, that means you're protected for that time, or it will at least subside the symptoms. And in the meantime, they also keep developing a new vaccine for the new COVID-19 that is evolving as well. So they keep researching, but you have to make sure get your vaccinations because make sure that you're not alienating yourself. And because when people know it, you don't have your blue card, you don't have your certificate that you got your vaccinations. You're also alienating yourself that people don't want to do business with you. Very important.
Thank you អញ្ចឹងដូចអ្វីដែលលោកបានលើកឡើងថាការងារវ៉ាក់សាំងគឺសំខាន់ហើយខ្ញុំសូមបន្ថែមបន្តិចទៅថាយើងត្រូវធ្វើការស្រាវជ្រាវបើយើងមានការបង្វល់លើវ៉ាក់សាំងខ្ញុំឃើញខ្ញុំសូមនិយាយពី personal opinion របស់ខ្ញុំទៅខ្ញុំឃើញមានបងប្អូនមួយចំនួនក៏មានការបារម្ភខ្លាំងអញ្ចឹងបងប្អូនប្រកាសជាមានដុកទ័របងប្អូនមានមិត្តភ័ក្តិដុកទ័រដែលជានិវិជ្ជាបណ្ឌិតបងប្អូនមានមិត្តភ័ក្តិមានបងប្អូនស៊ូគាត់ឲ្យច្បាស់មើលបាទថាតើវាមានការបង្កប៉ះពាល់អីបាទហើយបងប្អូនអានឲ្យបានច្រើនអាននៅលើអង្គការសុខភាពពិភពលោកអាននៅលើអង្គការ UNICEF អីច្រើនណាមានព័ត៌មានច្រើនណាបងប្អូនបើមិន ខ្ញុំនិយាយអក្រក់ស្ដាប់ថាបើសិនជាបងប្អូនមិនជឿអ្វីដែលជាព័ត៌មាននៅខាងក្នុងបងប្អូនគួរតែអាននៅខាងក្រៅប្រទេសណាខ្លះដែលជាក់ច្រើនជាងគេតើគាត់មានបញ្ហាអីកើតឡើងវ៉ាក់សាំងណាខ្លះដែលមានប្រសិទ្ធភាពមានអីខ្លះដែលពាក់ព័ន្ធនឹងវ៉ាក់សាំងនឹងហេតុអីមិនជាវ៉ាក់សាំងពិតជាមានចាំបាច់អញ្ចឹងបងប្អូនគួរតែពិនិត្យមើលហើយគួរពិចារណាឡើងវិញដែរព្រោះរឿងវ៉ាក់សាំងជារឿងមួយដែលសំខាន់ណាស់បងប្អូនជាពិសេសក្នុងនាមជាម្ចាស់អាជីវកម្មខ្ញុំជឿជាក់ថាយើងជាប្រមុខក្រុមហ៊ុនយើងជាអ្នកដឹកនាំក្រុមហ៊ុនយើងមិនអាចផ្លិចបានទេហើយយើងមិនអាចជួបគ្រោះថ្នាក់បានទេព្រោះមនុស្សជាច្រើនអ្នកនៅក្រោមបន្ទុករបស់បងប្អូនដែលជាបងប្អូនត្រូវរែកម្រែកយ៉ាងធំអញ្ចឹងត្រូវធ្វើខ្លួនឯងមានសុខភាពសុខភាពvà cái từ cái thái tuom nó cái chạm vào sang chỉ nhận tha vì chụp để bóng bóng trời tài đặt phử. Okay, next slide, Alex.
Okay, so you cannot be more clear than this. The time is now. If you keep sitting in your office with the windows closed, the curtains closed, the door closed, nobody in, nobody out, because I have to protect myself for the COVID-19 pandemic. Yes, you have to protect yourself, but you definitely not have to lock yourself up. You have to keep moving forward, work with your team, work with the people you know, use the social medias, use your email, use the tools that are being given to you to move your company forward. So the time is now. Don't sit back and relax and wait till everything is over, because that can take months or maybe even years. So you have to think and use common sense. So stop, think, and act. You have to keep moving forward. Very, very important.
Okay, thank you. អញ្ចឹងដូចអ្វីដែលលោកAlexលើកឡើងថាយើងមិនមែននៅអង្គុយទេបងប្អូនជាស្រ័យថាយើងមិនមែនដល់ត្រូវអង្គុយនៅស្ងៀមទេពេលនេះគឺជាពេលវេលាដែលត្រូវញាប់ជើងមែនទែនហើយជជែកមើលការងារជាមួយ team របស់យើងក្រុមការងាររបស់យើងមានអីដែលធ្វើបានមានបច្ចេកវិទ្យាមានបណ្ដាញសង្គមមាន email មានប្រព័ន្ធការងារណាដែលត្រូវមានការប្រែប្រួលផ្លាស់ប្ដូរឬក៏យើងអាចទៅរកដៃគូថ្មី whatever ដែលយើងអាចធ្វើទៅបានយើងត្រូវតែធ្វើហើយកាន់តែធ្វើកាន់តែច្រើនជាងមុនទៅទៀតពីព្រោះពេលវេលានេះគឺជាពេលវេលាដែលយើងត្រូវសម្រុកប៉ុន្តែបើយើងមើលឃើញឱកាសហើយបើយើងអាចរកឃើញអ្វីដែលជាចំណុចដែលបងប្អូនអាចធ្វើទៅបានមិនមែនឲ្យធ្វើទាំងសម្បជិលធ្វើច្បាស់ទេបងប្អូនបាទត្រូវតែមានភាពច្បាស់លាស់បាទ Okay, Alex, move on.
Okay, so team up, as I just mentioned to you, is very important that you now start looking into your entrepreneurial friendships, all the people you know, all the businesses you know. There are so many opportunities, so you have to be able and willing to team up. I've seen many companies, they do a certain thing, they're in security, they're in this, they're in that, and they start working together because they struggling, and understandable, they struggle to keep the ends or to make the ends meet, to make enough money. But they don't want to fire their staff, they don't want to go to the easy way because it's always easy to say, I just fire them and then it's all okay. That's not the way it works because you got a certain responsibility as a business owner. But if you team up, if you start working together, if you create opportunities together, I mean, it opens a lot of doors and it creates a lot of income for not only your company but also for your staff.
Okay, so let's say, sorry, before I make it in Khmer, I just want to make sure. So let's say if he cannot, his business is suffering right now so bad. I mean, he doesn't have the business owner. They don't really have cash in hand or cash in bank to support the operation. So let's say the business almost totally collapse. So let's say how we should team up within this hard time during the time that he has zero revenue or he have no backup capital to support his business.
Okay, well, the first and most important thing is already, if you are a company and in this period of time, so now in April that we are right now, and you have no cash flow and you're totally broke, you did something wrong. That means you didn't prepare yourself, or you didn't listen, or you didn't hear me talking yet. You should visit my seminars more, but you should not be completely broke at the moment. But okay, if that happens, you're still breathing, and never ever give up. If you're still breathing, if you can still walk, and if you can carry something, never give up. You have to keep moving forward. That means there is still an opportunity there. Talk to people and share with them your ability. What are you doing? What is your added value in the market? If you do something, if you're a business owner, you add value, and you have to bring that added value to your business partners, to the people you know having a business that can use your added value, so your niche in the business, for their business. And then you say, listen, it is COVID-19, we have a problem, the business is not as usual, my cash flow is very hard, but I will give you an opportunity to work with me and I will give you a special rate. If you work with me, if we collaborate, then I will give you a 25% discount in the first 2 months. That means you get a cash flow coming in. The business owner that you start working with get a benefit, and they say, and after 2 months, if you're still happy with what I'm doing for you, then we go back to the normal rates, because these are the rates already very, very attractive. But because, especially in the COVID-19 period, and to celebrate our cooperation, I give you a special discount. This is always possible, but you have never let your head down, never let it hanging and say, I will just give up. There's plenty of opportunities as long as you believe in yourself and you add value to your product to someone else.
Okay. So the thing is, we if we are clear with our vision, if we are clear with the opportunity, if we do have our strategy, workable solution, if we do have workable plan, need to team up and then don't give up, right? Don't give up. Keep moving
and
forward.
add value. And add value. You have to make people understand that what you bring to them is an added value, and only added value sell.
Okay. បាទយើងមកលោកអាឡិចបានលើកឡើងថាបងប្អូននៅពេលនេះបើយើងច្បាស់ហើយថាអ្វីដែលយើងមើលឃើញផ្លូវរបស់យើងមានហើយយើងរកឃើញអីថ្មីរកឃើញអ្វីដែលថ្មីឃើញអ្វីដែលអាចធ្វើទៅបានឬក៏គុណតម្លៃបន្ថែមណាមួយដើម្បីឲ្យសេវាកម្មឬផលិតផលរបស់យើងនេះអាចបោះជំហានទៅមុខបានអាចរក្សានៅចំណូលបានយើងគួរតែធ្វើបើទោះបីយើងអត់មានសាច់ប្រាក់គ្រប់គ្រាន់នៅពេលនេះដើម្បីទប់ទល់ operation បរិបទការក៏មិនប៉ុន្តែយើងអាចជជែកជាមួយក្រុមការងាររបស់យើងតាមរយៈភាពបត់បែនថាយើងអាចបត់បែនឬបញ្យល់ឲ្យគាត់យល់ថាអានោះវាពិតជាឱកាសមែនអត់ហើយបើសិនជាឱកាសមែនតានេះអាចសហការយើងអាចក្រុមការងាររបស់យើងអាចនៅបន្តសហការមួយយើងអត់ខ្ញុំជឿជាក់ថាបើសិនជាពួកគាត់ពិតជាមានបេះដូងពួកគាត់ប្រកាសជាអាចនៅមើលឃើញចាក់ខុសវិស័យនឹងជាមួយគ្នាគាត់យល់ពីអ្វីដែលយើងជាអ្នកដឹកនាំម្នាក់ដែលល្អឬក៏ដែលបានប្រឹងប្រែងដើម្បីពួកគាត់ដែរពួកគាត់ប្រកាសជាយល់ពួកគាត់ប្រកាសជានៅបន្តពួកគាត់នៅបំពេញបេសកកម្មជាមួយយើងជាមិនខានដោយមានភាពបត់បែនទៅលើការផ្ដល់ប្រវត្តិពួកគាត់លើកឡើងនេះអាចផ្ដល់ជូនប្រមាណ%សិន 50% 60% តាមហ្នឹងហើយបើសិនជាយើងបានដំណើរការមកបានខែទី2ខែទី3បានល្អយើងអាចផ្ដល់គាត់បានពេញឬក៏លើសនឹងបើសិនជាយើងអាច achieve លើសពី target ដែលយើងកំណត់ទាំងអស់នេះគឺជាអ្វីដែលបងប្អូនគួរបត់បែន feedback ដែលយើងនិយាយទៅវាស្រួលក៏ប៉ុន្តែតាមពិតស្ថានភាពអាជីវកម្មរបស់បងប្អូនវាខុសៗគ្នាក៏ប៉ុន្តែខ្ញុំជឿជាក់ថាបើសិនជាបងប្អូនអង្គុយគិតជាមួយ team management របស់បងប្អូនអង្គុយគិតជាមួយនឹងក្រុមថ្នាក់ដឹកនាំរបស់បងប្អូនរកឲ្យឃើញអ្វីដែលជាគុណតម្លៃបន្ថែមអ្វីដែលយើងអាចបំលែងអាជីវកម្មរបស់យើងកុំបដូរបងប្អូនមិនមែនបដូរទស្សនវិស័យបដូរនេះទេគឺត្រូវតែធ្វើម៉េចរកឲ្យឃើញអ្វីដែលជាចន្លោះប្រហោងឬក៏ជាអ្វីដែលជាគុណតម្លៃដែលបងប្អូនអាច add up បានហើយបងប្អូនអាចធ្វើដំណើរបន្តក្តីសម្បត្តិរបស់បងប្អូនបានបាទអូខេ
Good.
Okay.
Well, I will go to the next slide, and this is actually something what I mentioned to you before, that some people are an inspiration for others, and well, the next slide will tell you exactly. As you see, two people here. One is me, and the other one is Mr. Kachin, and this man is an inspiration for all of us, and he's the founder and chairman of KC Group, and he's also the chairman of Samram Sambat Construction, and he does many things. If you see that we are doing things in real estate, construction, in agriculture, in retail, in development, in entertainment, in office space, in KC Convention Hall. So we also have this is a new venture also. We do retirement projects. We do Goodwill Foundation project. He does a lot of goodwill. And we also have the spa and gym and many things. I can fill 2 more slides with it. This gentleman is amazing. And the reason I bring this to the table also, if you are looking for opportunities, just contact me and we can see what we can do together, because this gentleman is leading by example. Every day, he just turned 60. I work with him very closely. I learn every day from this gentleman. It's amazing. He's got a golden heart because you always want to give back to other people. Every day. Let's say at least 5 times per week he's traveling to Cambodia to go to his projects and the people that work there. And he's always keeping a few things in mind, being humble, giving back to the people, generating opportunities for them, because everything what we're doing in our projects and all the studies that we are doing is mainly based in the vision of Brother Kaching, to give back to the people and to help to grow the economy of Cambodia. And if you got a heart like what he got, imagine what we can do. This is a 60-year-old gentleman who's working every day, who's helping other people. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of people are relying on him. But every time he's creating new opportunities and he's getting a certain vision that he wants to create, and we are helping him. And it's a teamwork. I mean, this teamwork is amazing. And this is very, very important to share to other people. It doesn't matter if you're 20, 30, 40 years old. You can also do it when you're 60 or 70 years old. Always see it as an opportunity to help other people and to grow the people around you and the economy.
Okay. Thank you, Alex. Actually, I know him too and appreciate what he's doing right now. Sorry, how many team? How many employees for the whole group for the whole KC?
Many. I mean,
Many.
hundreds. Yeah, many.
Okay, thanks. Okay បាទលោក Alex បានលើកឡើងអំពីលោកពូគិតជឿនបាទខ្ញុំក៏ជាមិត្តភក្តិរបស់លោកពូនៅក្នុងបណ្ដាញសង្គម Facebook ដែរហើយអ្វីដែលសំខាន់លោកពូគឺជាស្ថាបនិកហើយនឹងជាប្រធានក្រុមប្រឹក្សាពិបាលរបស់ Cohesion Group ដែលបច្ចុប្បន្ននេះគឺមានអាជីវកម្មជាច្រើននៅក្នុងច្រើនវិស័យជាច្រើនផ្នែកដែលកំពុងបដោតក្នុងនាមដែលនៅពេលនេះលោក Alex ដែលជាប្រធានផ្នែកការប្រឹក្សាយោបល់ហើយនឹងអ្នករៀបចំយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រនេះបាទអញ្ចឹងវិស័យច្រើនទាំងអចលនទ្រព្យសំណង់កសិកម្មលក់រាយបាទវិស័យអភិវឌ្ឍអចលនទ្រព្យបាទកំសាន្តកន្លែងការិយាល័យសម្រាប់ជួលមានទាំងកន្លែង hall សម្រាប់ជួលធ្វើសន្និសីទរៀបវិភាគជាដើមហើយលោកក៏ជាមនុស្សធម៌អ្នកដែលសប្បុរសជនដែរលោកចែកនៅរឿងឡើងល្អៗជាច្រើនអំពើល្អធ្វើអំពើល្អជាច្រើនគេហៅថាកម្មវិធីមនុស្សធម៌ជាច្រើនទៅដល់សង្គមផងដែរបាទបច្ចុប្បន្នលោកចូល retire លោកជាចូលនិវត្តន៍ទៅហើយក៏ប៉ុន្តែប៉ុន្តែអ្វីដែលសំខាន់ដែលអាលិចបានលើកឡើងមិញថាធីមរបស់លោកកំពុងតែ active មែនទែនកាន់តែសកម្មហើយលោកពូកត់ជិនគឺដឹកនាំតាមគេហៅថា by example បាទដឹកនាំដោយជាគំរូមួយដល់ថ្នាក់ដឹកនាំរបស់លោកតែបច្ចុប្បន្នធីមរបស់លោកកំពុងតែសកម្មមែនទែនក្នុងការស្វែងរកឱកាសដែលថ្មីអ្វីដែលថ្មីហើយនឹងបន្តដំណើរអាជីវកម្មទៅមុខដែលបច្ចុប្បន្ននេះមានបុគ្គលិករាប់រយនាក់ទៀតដែលជាដែលត្រូវរែកចម្រែកបាទចាប់ប្រាប់ពាក្យរែកចម្រែកពួកក្រុមហ៊ុនលោកត្រូវបន្តដំណើរទៅមុខជាមួយនឹងអាមេរិកយ៉ាងធ្ងន់ដែរដែលពួកបុគ្គលិកច្រើនពួកច្រើនរយនាក់បាទអរគុណ Alex please continue.
Okay, so again, if you're interested also for people who are doing business, they're looking for investment opportunities, they're looking for opportunity in general, they can always contact me and I can bring that person in contact with Brother Kaching. Very, very important because this is also something to help move other people forward who are looking for opportunities, and that's what we are doing as well.
អូខេអញ្ចឹងបើសិនជាបងប្អូនមានអីដែលពាក់ព័ន្ធនឹងចង់វិនិយោគការឱកាសវិនិយោគណាមួយឱកាសប្រឹក្សាយោបល់ឬក៏មានបញ្ហាផ្សេងៗលោក Alex គាត់ open មែនទែនសម្រាប់ការជួប one to one បាទម្នាក់ទល់ម្នាក់ឬក៏អាចណាត់តាមប្រព័ន្ធ online ណាមួយខ្ញុំស្គាល់ Alex យូរហើយគាត់គឺជាមនុស្ស open មែនទែនបាទខ្ញុំ recommend មែនទែន Alex I know you very long time, quite long time. I know that you are very open, very friendly. So for Cambodian friends here, you have something to discuss or something you ask for consulting, something to ask for some idea or looking for investment, looking for some support, both financial support, emotional support, motivational support. I think you guys should go to Alex. So he's open and he's very kind, friendly. I believe that. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Well, with investment-wise, we mainly looking for people who want to invest in great projects because it's always good to give. But we always look what the potential is. You know, if people do good things, we can always see if there is a partnership opportunity or whatever. So there are many doors that we can open together as long as we communicate with each other. So we are very open to that.
Okay, if you are free tomorrow, I will catch you up for one-to-one. So I will be the first person.
Sorry. You're more than welcome.
Just
welcome.
Yeah,
because we have a beautiful office. We have a beautiful office at KC Market, so that's in Street K105, 1 kilometer from the airport. We also have KC Condo over there. It is beautiful, so you're always welcome to visit as long as you do it on an appointment and we do it safe. So that's great.
Thanks a lot for your welcome. Okay, please continue to next slide.
Okay, so also very important that many people forget is get organized. You have to organize your business. If you are in a struggle right now and you don't know exactly how to do it, what to do, when to do it, where to do it, and so on, get organized. Get your agenda ready. And I mean, many people, they talk about fantastic things, but actually the only thing they don't have is an agenda. And, well, I will just grabbing for one right now. This agenda that I'm holding here right now, it is a crocodile. I already got it more than 15 years and I'm still using it every day. It is so important to have an agenda. Mm-hmm. This is worth gold. If you don't have an agenda and if you don't organize your stuff, so you sit down and write down, okay, how can I move forward? You have to organize your business. What the people are doing, what you expect from them, what you expect from yourself, your expenses, your income, your outgoing things, and so on and so on. Very important.
So is it agenda different from the plan from your perspective?
Well, an agenda and a planner is almost the same as long as it's big enough to write a lot in it, because sometimes you see people writing this big. I have, as you can see, I got many mobile phones. I can write in my mobile phones, but there's nothing more interesting to write it on a piece of paper. And that's just working because the moment you write it, your brain is understanding that you write something down and then you memorize it better. Many times when you just think about it, you write something in your phone, or you tell your phone, oh, please remember this. It doesn't work. But the moment you write it down, that means you memorize it better. So you have to get organized, and especially in the time of COVID-19, the more you're organized, the better you can get things done, because the better you understand the consequences of certain things you do.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Like actually, I do this every day too. Actually, even though I'm a kind of technical person, no, I'm a kind of digital people, but I don't never and ever do it with on my phone. Even sometime with my PC, I got books, and sometimes one book just 2 weeks. Okay, but I keep all my textbook in one place, because all the plan, all the strategy, all the good idea. When I come up with good idea, I must write down, and then my brain start working on new thing and keep exploring new thing on that. Okay, good. But
I will do it like this. If someone asks you a question after the show, and you and I will decide which question is the best, I will give them one of my best-selling books. So, How to Become a Great Manager. As you can see, I got many books here. So
okay, okay.
So they get one of these books.
Okay. It's time management, isn't it? Sorry.
No, How to Become a Great Manager. So this is one of my best-selling books.
I got the point, because you already mentioned about if one of the best rated book, How to Be a Great Manager, right? And
Correct.
the book is also translated into many languages.
Correct. I wrote many books, but if someone gives a really good question, and you and I will decide what question that is, if they send it to you or to me, and then we decide one person who will get that book from me.
Okay, for sure. Okay, for sure. Then I will make appointment with you soon. I hope to get some book from you, and then I will learn a lot from you too.
I will definitely give you a book as well. Don't worry about it.
Okay, thank you. So to make the whole discussion fun a little, make sure that our audience is not feeling bored with the presentation. Okay, but look, like ban លើកឡើងបាញ់មិញថាយើងទៅសំខាន់គឺ get organized ធ្វើមិនក៏ដោយគឺត្រូវយើងធ្វើមិនឲ្យវាមានរបៀបការងាររបស់យើងមានរបៀបហើយដូចបានលើកឡើងអ្វីដែលខ្ញុំលើកឡើងអ្វីដែលខ្ញុំបានជជែកមួយគាត់មិញខ្ញុំមិនគាត់ស្តៀងគ្នាគឺការដែលយើងប្រើសៀវភៅទៅសេវាចុះកុំគិតថាទូរស័ព្ទរបស់អ្នកគឺ note បានល្អបំផុតធ្វើកុំគិតថា computer របស់អ្នកធ្វើបានល្អ computer ល្អប៉ុន្តែការសរសេរចុះហើយការវាយគ្នាវាខុសគ្នាបាទបើខ្ញុំគិតថាមនុស្សជាទូទៅជាបទពិសោធន៍របស់ខ្ញុំទេជាមួយនឹងនៅពេលដែលខ្ញុំដើរទៅក្រៅប្រទេសច្រើនដែរខ្ញុំជួបជាមួយមិត្តភក្តិច្រើនភាគច្រើនគឺយើងនៅតែប្រើសៀវភៅដើម្បីទៅសេ note វាដោតទៅសេវាចុះអ្វីដែលជាកំណត់ល្អអ្វីដែលជាផែនការល្អមានពេលវេលាត្រឹមត្រូវដោយលោកលើកឡើងអំពី 5W មិញបាទធ្វើអីបាទហេតុអីបានជាធ្វើវាដោយរបៀបណាធ្វើវាជាមួយណាធ្វើពេលណាអញ្ចឹងយើងធ្វើម៉េចដើម្បីឲ្យវា keep everything get organized បាទធ្វើម៉េចឲ្យការងាររបស់យើងត្រូវតែមានរបៀបយ៉ាងតែមានការរៀបចំបានត្រឹមត្រូវ Okay, continue please.
Okay, yes. So this drawing many people already know. If you start a business, if you start a business venture, you always think, now my plan is to go from point A to B, success. Well, the reality is what you see at the bottom. And that's with COVID-19 even more. You never ever go in a straight line. But this is the way it goes, because if you go the bottom line, your outcome, the strength of your business and the results will be much better than one straight line, because you need obstacles to grow. And especially in COVID-19, there's so much obstacles coming on your way. If you overcome these obstacles, your business will be very, very solid and very successful. 100% guaranteed, because you don't want to walk from point A to point B and make $1,000. Of course, it's nice in the beginning, but you don't challenge yourself. You need to challenge yourself in business. And if you have like a very curly line, as you see at the bottom, that's the reality. And that will make your company much, much stronger.
Yeah. So the plan is straight away, but the reality is like a curly hair, right?
Well, you can call it curly hair or a lot of obstacles.
Yeah. Okay. អញ្ចឹងផែនការបងប្អូនកុំគិតថាអ្នកណាក៏ដឹងដែរខ្ញុំជម្រាបជាពិសេសបងប្អូនដែលជាសហគ្រិនវ័យក្មេងខ្ញុំសូមហៅបងប្អូនបើសិនជាបងប្អូនដែលវ័យក្រោម30អីក៏បើសហគ្រិនមួយចំនួនដែរការធ្វើផែនការគឺល្អឥតខ្ចោះបងប្អូនផែនការគឺល្អឥតខ្ចោះ The plan is always perfect. The plan is always perfect. បើយើងមើលឃើញទៅវាត្រង់មកបាទជោគជ័យមើលទៅដូចចិត្តឬក៏ច្បាស់នឹងភ្នែកណាក៏ប៉ុន្តែភាពពិតជាក់ស្ដែងបងប្អូនគឺវាដូចច្មេមច្មាមនឹងក្រមអញ្ចឹងបាទដំណើរទៅបត់បែនគ្រប់កលៈទេសៈបាទដូចខ្ញុំនិយាយមួយគាត់ដូចសក់រួញសក់កញ្ញាអញ្ចឹងបាទវាត្រូវមានភាពបត់បែនព្រោះភាពជោគជ័យវាមិនមានផ្លូវទៅរលូននោះទេវាមានត្រូវការភាពបត់បែនមានឧបសគ្គជាច្រើនត្រូវឆ្លងកាត់ដូច្នេះយើងត្រូវតែមានភាពរឹងមាំហើយដូចបងលោកអាឡិចឡើងមិនថាយើងត្រូវតែមានភាពធ្វើខ្លួនឯងមាន pressure ធ្វើខ្លួនឯងមាន challenge គេមានការប្រឈមជាមួយនឹងរឿងថ្មី មានរឿងថ្មីៗដែលត្រូវដោះស្រាយព្រោះជាការពិតនៃភាពជោគជ័យរបស់មនុស្សគឺគ្មានដំណើរដ៏ស្រួលទេគឺមានដំណើរដ៏ស្មុគស្មាញមានដំណើរដ៏ពិបាកព្រៀបបានដូចអ្វីដែលបងប្អូនឃើញចឹងដូច្នេះយើងខ្លួនឯងត្រូវតែមានភាពមាំទាំដើម្បីទប់ទល់ជាមួយ challenge ថ្មីៗបានហើយយើងអាចដើរដល់គោលដៅរបស់យើងបានអូខេហើយ
And that's the whole thing in your mind. Sometimes you sit down, you have nice dinner, you're sitting at evening reading a book, or you're watching some television, or you're educating yourself. All of a sudden, you got an idea, and it's all clear. You say, I got it. But now you have to put it in reality, and then all of a sudden, it's a completely different story. And this is something on paper, everything looks very easy, but reality is never the same. But reality is the challenge, and that's something we have to keep in mind.
That's right. Everything is that's why people need to keep themselves challenged because not just the time with COVID-19, even though without COVID-19, because we are now in the business war, right? We are competing each other, right? So it's all with challenges, with new challenges. We need to be very passionate, very positive, very what we can say, very strong to keep fighting with challenges and keep moving forward. Yeah.
But competitive is good, because you have to be competitive. You have to try to outdo other people. But you can also work together because the moment you're competitive, you always know that people who do something similar to you maybe have skills that you don't possess. So when you're competitive in a certain way, then you can also see, is there a form of collaboration that we can even be more successful together and stronger? So competitiveness is not bad. It is actually you need it. You need competitors around you to challenge yourself to become better.
That's right. And actually, in the reality, there's no monopoly for the business actually, right? Except the business that owned by the government. So there's nothing is monopoly. អញ្ចឹងដូចអ្វីដែលយើងជជែកគ្នាអញ្ចឹងការប្រកួតប្រជែងទោះបីមាន COVID-19 ក៏បងប្អូនត្រូវមានការប្រកួតប្រជែងមួយគូប្រកួតដែរហើយការប្រកួតប្រជែងមួយគូប្រកួតមិនមែនជារឿងអាក្រក់ទាំងអស់ទេទីមួយបងប្អូនគិតតែមានអីដែលជា challenge ថ្មីៗដែលធ្វើឲ្យ upgrade business បងប្អូន upgrade ផលិតផលបងប្អូន upgrade សេវាកម្មបងប្អូន upgrade គុណភាពរបស់បងប្អូនឲ្យវាដំណើរការទៅមុខដូច្នេះរឿងអ្វីៗគ្រប់យ៉ាងគឺវាមិនអាក្រក់នោះទេក្នុងពេល COVID គឺដូចគ្នាដែរបងប្អូនត្រូវតែ keep ខ្លួនឯងឲ្យវានៅតែបែបហ្នឹងពីព្រោះរឿងពិតរបស់មនុស្សយើងមិនមែនធ្វើឲ្យអ្វីៗស្រួលទេរឿងពិតរបស់មនុស្សយើងគឺលំបាកណាស់ដំណើរឆ្ពោះទៅកាន់ជោគជ័យមិនដែលស្រួលទេបងប្អូនគឺតែងមានបន្លានិងបញ្ហារាប់សិបចំពោះអូខេ Continue Alex.
Okay. So I will give you a small example. We all know this gentleman.
Everyone know, right?
Richard Branson.
Branson, sorry.
Richard Branson. Yeah. So as you know, Richard Branson is a billionaire, fantastic entrepreneur, and he started Virgin. And besides Virgin, he got like many businesses, as you see on the background, many of his companies, and he got many more. And the reason I show this gentleman is because I watched an interview with him, and he started just a cruise company. So he invested hundreds of millions of dollars to a cruise ship. Because he wanted to have a lot of tourists, and then he got his airline company, and he got many tourist organizations, and so on and so on. So this guy is hit the hardest you cannot imagine. I mean, he invested hundreds of millions of dollars in businesses that are now standing still. And what he says, he's like, listen, I have no choice because I can just throw everything in the rings, like a boxing match, and before you start, you say, I give up, or you see it as an opportunity and say, okay, what can I do to still keep moving forward? So the reason I bring him up is because we are smaller companies, we have smaller problems, but you also have guys who are making billions and have big problems, and they still don't quit because never be a quitter. Richard Branson is an example. He finds ways to subsidize for his losses in Virgin and in his cruise ships and in his airline companies and so on by getting money from his successful businesses who are less people interacting, and that money goes to the business for now. So he pumped money into Virgin from his other organizations that are still making money, instead of like saying, I give up. And this is something that we should do as well. We should never give up and always see like there are always people who are in a worse situation than ourselves. And take that as a challenge with you and say, I'm not going to fail, I'm not going to give up, and I'm going to show other people that they can be proud of me, and I'm going to show them that I'm going to be successful even in the time of this pandemic and the bad things. Plus, I have the support from the government because they're working very hard to come up with a solution. Plus, I got the support from my family. Plus, I got the support from my business partners and friends. And if you keep that all in mind, that whole package, I mean, then it's just one thing. Keep moving forward, be positive, surround yourself with positive people, and everything will be okay.
Actually, okay, thank you, Alex. Actually, Richard Charles Nicholas Branson, actually, he's at the age now around 70 years old, right? maybe around 70 years old. Yes, the thing is, he has more than 400 businesses, isn't it? I remember is over 400 businesses, including the
Many,
business
many,
that he invested. Yep,
many, many.
many business. So, but I like thank Alex for your nice example in the slide. ជាងបងប្អូនបានស្គាល់ហើយលោក Richard Branson ឈ្មោះរបស់លោកពេញគឺ Richard Charles Nicholas Branson មែនទែនទៅលោកគឺជាបុគ្គលម្នាក់ដែលត្រូវបានគេទទួលស្គាល់ជាលក្ខណៈសកលថាជាជនជាតិអង់គ្លេសដែលមានបានអភិវឌ្ឍជាធុរកិច្ចជនជាតិអង់គ្លេសដ៏ល្បីល្បាញមួយរូបជាវិនិយោគិនជាគេហៅថា business magnate ដ៏ល្បីល្បាញមួយរូបដែលលោកមិនកម្រនឹងបោះបង់ចោលលើឱកាសរបស់លោកហើយដូចលោកអាឡិចបានលើកឡើងថានៅពេលដែលនិយាយដល់ការ give up គឺគាត់តែងតែលើកឡើងថាគាត់នឹងរកពាក្យមួយដែលហៅថាគាត់មិនសុខចិត្តថាគាត់គ្មានឱកាសអ្វីក្រៅពីគ្មានអ្វីផ្សេងទៀតក្រៅពីបន្តអាជីវកម្មរបស់គាត់ទេគាត់តែងតែ keep ធ្វើឲ្យខ្លួនឯងស៊ូខ្លួនឯងនៅអ្វីដែលមានអីថ្មីមានអីដែលជាដំណោះស្រាយថ្មីមានអីជាគេហៅថាវិធានថ្មីសម្រាប់មូលអាជីវកម្មរបស់គាត់អញ្ចឹងបងប្អូនអាចអានសាច់រឿងរបស់គាត់ច្រើនព្រោះគាត់បានមានពិភពព័ត៌មានជាច្រើនដែលបានទៅសេនៅខែតាមខ្ញុំចាំបាន I remember that in March 2nd of March something his net worth is still around $5.6 billion from Branson Richard Branson.
Yeah.
So he keeps business still not only survival but some of his business still moving still
Correct.
moving
But that's the whole thing, because his mindset telling him, listen, I cannot just let my 400 businesses or 250 or 300 businesses, but okay, let's say 400 businesses, I cannot just let them evaporate. I cannot just close them down, because I got thousands and thousands of people working for me. So he's taking responsibility for himself and for his life's work, because he worked on this for his whole life. So he is using his successful companies to subsidize for his businesses that are losing money right now. And that means this guy is leading by example. He's not giving up, and we should not do the same thing.
Okay, thank you. អញ្ចឹងដោយលើកឡើងថាបងប្អូនដឹង400ជាងក្រុមហ៊ុនមិនមែនធម្មតាទេលោក Richard Branson គឺជាអ្នកដែលសកម្មមែនទែនហើយលោកតែងតែបន្តរិះរកវិធីសាស្ត្រផ្នត់គំនិតរបស់លោកផ្នត់គំនិតផ្លូវអារម្មណ៍របស់លោកជាពិសេសគឺអ្វីដែលជាការគិតរបស់លោកគឺការដែលរិះរកវិធីសាស្ត្រថ្មីដើម្បីធ្វើឲ្យអាជីវកម្មរបស់លោកបន្តដំណើរទៅមុខបានជាពិសេសធ្វើយ៉ាងណាដើម្បីឲ្យអាជីវកម្មនឹងអាចផ្ដល់នូវឱកាសដល់ក្រុមការងាររបស់គាត់បន្តដំណើរទៅមុខបានហើយជាពិសេសគឺបងប្អូនដឹងហើយវាក្នុងកលៈទេសៈណាខ្ញុំមិនបានស្វែងយល់ច្រើនអំពីសាច់រឿងក្រុមហ៊ុនរបស់ Virgin របស់គាត់នៅក្នុងពេលថ្មីៗនេះទេប៉ុន្តែដូចអ្វីអាឡិចលើកឡើងថាសាច់រឿងមួយចំនួនបងប្អូនគួរតែអានអំពី story របស់គាត់ខ្ញុំគិតថាបងប្អូនខ្លះក៏បានធ្លាប់អានដែរប៉ុន្តែគួរតែស្វែងរកអ្វីដែលជាចំណុចល្អបន្ថែមទៀតពីអ្វីដែលលោក movement អ្វីដែលលោកព្យាយាមបត់អាជីវកម្មរបស់គាត់400ក្រុមហ៊ុនជាងមិនមែនជារឿងធម្មតាទេបងប្អូនអញ្ចឹងយ៉ាងណាតើគាត់អាចគ្រប់គ្រងបានហើយគាត់អាចនៅធ្វើឲ្យអាជីវកម្មរបស់គាត់ដំណើរការបាន Okay Alex
Okay,
that's also
that's all, because the only thing I wanted to say is, like, please learn from the people around you who are positive, follow the guidelines of the government, be safe, take good care of yourself, the people around you, and again, this is something that we have to do together. And it's also a quote that we are using, Brother Kaching and myself using that. Let's keep moving forward together. We do this together as a team. We are united. We have to work together, and together we can overcome all the hardships that we're having and stay positive and become successful even more and become stronger even with this pandemic that we're having right now.
Okay អរគុណអាឡិចអូខេដូច្នេះបងប្អូនដឹងថាដោយអ្វីដែលបានលើកឡើងថាពេលនេះគឺយើងធ្វើវិញយ៉ាងណាគឺធ្វើទីមួយយើងគ្រប់ទៅតាមវិធានរបស់ក្រសួងសុខាភិបាលហើយគេហៅថាពីហ្នឹងគឺយើងរិះរកវិធីសាស្ត្រផ្សេងៗទៀតដើម្បីថែទាំសុខភាពរបស់យើងរឹងមាំក្រៅពីហ្នឹងបើយើងជាសហគ្រិនគឺយើងបន្តធ្វើការងារជាមួយធីមរបស់យើងកាន់តែធ្វើការងារកាន់តែខ្លាំងអង្គុយជាមួយគ្នារិះរកវិធីសាស្ត្រថ្មីដើម្បីអាច add value ទៅលើអាជីវកម្មរបស់បងប្អូនបានហើយបន្តដំណើរទៅមុខហើយការពិតយើងមិនត្រូវតែភ្លេចទោះបីមុតប៉ុណ្ណាប្រឹងប្រែងប៉ុណ្ណាយើងមិនត្រូវភ្លេចពីគោលការណ៍ក្នុងការថែទាំសុខភាពរបស់បងប្អូនទេ Okay like so all of it right it's time for question actually we planned for 1 hour discussion but now is 1.5 hours. I think you don't mind with the time, right?
No problem.
Okay, so thanks for your kindness. Thanks for your kindness, my friend.
The slideshow I can take away, so good.
Okay, good. So បងប្អូនអញ្ចឹងអាចសួរសំណួរបានបើសិនជាបងប្អូនមាន I think we should give end of 6 minutes for the question and answer. Okay, like is it okay for you?
Sounds good.
Okay. Okay. We are waiting for a question from our audience, but let me continue for one question first to you. Actually, because KC Group have many business actually, and I think hundreds of workers now working under KC Group. Is it hard for you and for the team management to manage and to ensure the operation within this hard time?
Yes and no. In the beginning, it was challenging, but not
Yeah.
hard, because the thing is, we're leading by example, and especially Brother Kaching is leading by example by showing them how you can do things safe and how you can keep moving forward. So
Yep.
if you lead by example, if you show them what is being expected, and we follow the safety guidelines of COVID-19, we follow the guidelines of the government, we follow the guideline of our company, and then everything will be okay. So it's just explaining, be open-minded, and share with your staff, the people around you, how to be safe and how to get the best out of or the best results in this situation. So we see it as an opportunity to share and to move forward instead of seeing it as a problem. Because the moment we see it as a problem, your people around you start to see it as a problem, and that's something that you don't want.
Yes, actually, when we do business within this hard time, is not only just for making profit for our company, but the thing is, you have your project. I believe your projects, your company are helping our economy, because you are now throwing the cash into the economy. So the economy is generating a kind of cash flow happening for our business community. The worker gain something from the worker get their salary, and then they spend their money to the other people. So this is
Well, it's not only the cash, but we're also investing opportunities in the economy.
Yeah,
because
that's
we're
right.
creating opportunities, and that will benefit the economy and the people within the economy and the people within Cambodia. And this is
Yep.
what we want. We want people to benefit, and the benefit is added value, and the added value means higher income. Income means cash flow, and cash flow means growth.
That's right. Okay. So okay, sorry, let me briefly make into my អរគុណអញ្ចឹងលោកអ្វីដែលខ្ញុំបាននិយាយគ្នាថាតាមពិតការបត់បែនការធ្វើអាជីវកម្មមិនមែនមានរឿងអីដែលមិនស្រួលទេរឿងអីដែលពិបាកស្រួលរហូតទេបាទរឿងដំបូងក៏យើងជួបបញ្ហាដែរដូចអ្វីដែលជា KC Group យើងមានគម្រោងច្រើនមែនទែនដែលបងប្អូនឃើញបាញ់ហើយនៅក្នុង slide របស់គាត់អញ្ចឹងគាត់ព្យាយាមពង្រឹងការងារនឹងបានច្រើនដែរគាត់ពង្រឹងការងារនឹងដំបូងទីក៏ជួបលំបាកដូចគ្នាដែរប៉ុន្តែក្រោយមកក៏មានការដំណើរការវិវត្តទៅល្អប្រសើរដែរដូច្នេះរឿងមួយដែលបងប្អូនត្រូវដឹងសំខាន់លើភាពជាអ្នកដឹកនាំដូចបងលោកដុកទ័រអាឡិចបានលើកឡើងមិញហ្នឹងថាភាពជាអ្នកដឹកនាំគំរូរបស់ប្រធានក្រុមប្រឹក្សាបាលនិង found និងស្ថាបនិករបស់ក្រុមហ៊ុនដូចលោកពូឈឿនបាទលោកពូកិតឈឿនបាទការរៀបចំចាត់ចែងប្រព័ន្ធការធ្វើឲ្យក្រុមហ៊ុនដំណើរការល្អការធានាបាននៅគេហៅថា job security បាទសន្តិសុខការងារបានន័យថាមានការងារគ្រប់គ្រាន់សម្រាប់ដល់បុគ្គលិកហើយការផ្ដល់នៅការងារឲ្យក្រុមការងារឲ្យបុគ្គលិកនេះមិនមែនមានត្រឹមតែជួយគាត់ត្រឹមតែការផ្ដល់ប្រតិបត្តិទេប៉ុន្តែគឺជាការចាក់បញ្ចូលនៅសាច់ប្រាក់មួយចូលរួមជួយដោយសេដ្ឋកិច្ចដោយប្រយោលទៀតផងបាទដោយប្រយោលយ៉ាងម៉េចបងប្អូនគឺការដែលទទួលបានក្រុមការងារគាត់ទទួលបានប្រាក់ចំណូលគឺគាត់ចាយពីនេះបន្តទៅកាន់ការថាចាយពីលើម្ហូបអាហារលើបន្លែលើផ្លែឈើលើអីផ្សេងៗទៀតដែលធ្វើឲ្យអ្នកដែលបុគ្គលផ្សេងៗទៀតហ្នឹងគឺទទួលបានផលពីលំហូរសាច់លំហូរនៃសេដ្ឋកិច្ចនៅក្នុងនេះដែរបាទនេះគឺជារឿងដែលយើងគួរ appreciate មែនទែន Okay, I like actually one question from our audience. Being as a business strategist, actually you need to get many information from the market. You need to do you need to do research. You need to study. You need to do a lot of things before coming up or formulating a good and concrete plan or concrete strategy. Let's say within this hard time as a business owner for SME only, I don't want to our audience don't want to ask for like corporation, but for SME only.
Yeah.
What are the tools and what are the workable solution for our SME owner to implement and to practice within this hard time in order to make sure that their business operation is still continue?
Well, first, and that's very important, and this is something that many people miss, is commitment. Because I cannot give them the golden egg. I cannot give them that golden egg and say, here is the solution. But if business owners in SME are committed, they commit themselves to the success of their company, that's the first step. And that's already a very important step.
Yep.
So commitment is everything. Then the second step is networking. It is very important as a SME owner, a business owner, that you network. You have to have people around you who have knowledge that you don't possess, or know people that you don't know. Because if I do everything by myself, and I, as a solution strategist and as an advisor, that doesn't mean I have all the knowledge. Of course, I got lucky and I was privileged enough to have a good education, but I educate myself constantly. In less than a month, I will turn 50, and I still gain knowledge every day. It is very interesting for me and important for me to gain knowledge and to outdo other people, not because I want to be seen as smarter, but I just want to know more. And that's something that, as a business owner, as an SME, as whatever business you own, you have to gain more knowledge by having a big network and commit yourself to your own business and your success. Very, very important. And this is something that I learned over being abroad for many, many years. I lived in China, in Kuwait, Senegal, Jamaica, America, New Zealand, Australia, China, and so on, and Cambodia. And many times people ask or expect you to give them the solution. And I always say, like, I have the solution, but I'm not going to give it to you. I'm going to give you the tools to create your own solution, because that means you make it original. You make it your solution instead of me giving you the solution. Because that means next time when you have a small problem within your company, you need me again for the solution. But the moment you become creative and innovative in your mind, that means you have the solution yourself.
Okay.
So that's my answer. And that's actually the solution for every business. In whatever situation you are, in a pandemic, in financial problem, in no having staff, in not understanding what I just mentioned to you.
Okay, thank you Alex អញ្ចឹងអ្វីដែលលោក Alex បានលើកឡើងបាញ់មិញគឺថាសំខាន់ណាស់បងប្អូននៅពេលនេះហើយដូចចម្លើយ audience របស់យើងសូមសួរថា solution បែបណានោះតាមពិតវាអាស្រ័យទៅលើខ្លួនយើងគាត់ទេលោកលើកឡើង3ចំណុចធំៗដែលខ្ញុំចាប់បានក្តោបបានហើយខ្ញុំគិតថាវាជារឿងដែលល្អមែនតើសម្រាប់បងប្អូនដែលជាម្ចាស់អាជីវកម្មទីមួយគឺពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅនឹងការបញ្ញាចិត្តបាទការបញ្ញាចិត្តសំខាន់ណាស់វាកើតចេញពីយើងខ្លួនឯងតែពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅនឹងការផ្នត់គំនិតរបស់យើងការគិតរបស់យើងការរៀបចំផែនការរបស់យើងក៏វាពាក់ព័ន្ធនឹង commitment ដែរការធ្វើសកម្មភាពរបស់យើងក៏ពាក់ព័ន្ធ commitment ដែរការចេញប្រយុទ្ធឬមិនចេញប្រយុទ្ធក៏ជា commitment ដែរបើយើងអង្គុយគិតហើយយើងនៅរងចាំអាហ្នឹងក៏វាពាក់ព័ន្ធនឹង commitment អញ្ចឹង commitment រឿងសំខាន់រឿងទី2ពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅនឹងការកសាងបណ្ដាញមិនមែនតែលោកទេបាទសម្រាប់ខ្ញុំផ្ទាល់ហើយបងប្អូនម្ចាស់អាជីវកម្មមិត្តភ័ក្តិខ្ញុំក៏ដោយខ្ញុំតែងតែនិយាយថាពេលវេលានេះគឺជាពេលវេលាដែលបងប្អូនត្រូវកសាងបណ្ដាញឲ្យបានច្រើនជាងមុនហើយកសាងទំនាក់ទំនងជាមួយដៃគូឬក៏មិត្តភ័ក្តិអាជីវកម្មប្រកបទៅដោយគុណភាពជាងមុនហើយទៅចាយពេលវេលាកាន់តែច្រើនជាងមុនដើម្បីប្រជុំដើម្បីកសាងបណ្ដាញព្រោះពេលនេះមិនមែនជាការលក់តាមប្រព័ន្ធអនឡាញទាំងស្រុងឬក៏ទោះបីជាប្រព័ន្ធអនឡាញដើរតួនាទីក៏ប៉ុន្តែมันអាចជួយការលក់បានទេការកសាង network quality connection quality business friends មិត្តភ័ក្តិដែលជាម្ចាស់អាជីវកម្មមួយគ្នានេះគឺជារឿងសំខាន់ហើយការពង្រឹងចំណេះដឹងបងប្អូនការពង្រឹងចំណេះដឹងគឺជាពេលវេលាមួយដែលបងប្អូនមិនអាចចោលបានហើយមិនមែនត្រូវធ្វើមួយថ្ងៃពីរថ្ងៃឬក៏ធ្វើក្នុងពេលដែលមានវិបត្តិ Covid-19 ទេបងប្អូនត្រូវតែបន្តធ្វើវាបងប្អូនមិនមែនជានិស្សិតថ្នាក់សាកលវិទ្យាល័យបងប្អូនមិនមែនជានិស្សិតថ្នាក់បញ្ញាបត្របងប្អូនមិនមែនជានិស្សិតថ្នាក់អនុបណ្ឌិតបងប្អូនមិនមែនជានិស្សិតថ្នាក់បណ្ឌិតទេប៉ុន្តែបងប្អូនគឺជាកូនសិស្សអាជីវកម្មរហូតបាទនេះខ្ញុំសូមបន្ថែមខ្លួនឯងបងប្អូនគឺជាកូនសិស្សដែលរៀនដឹកនាំនិងធ្វើអាជីវកម្មរហូតតែបងប្អូនត្រូវតែបន្តរៀនរហូតដូច្នេះការបន្តរៀនគឺជារឿងដែលចាំបាច់សំខាន់ហើយបើសិនជាសួរថាtool អីខ្លះដែលសំខាន់បងប្អូនបើសិនជាបងប្អូនដូចអ្វីដែលលោកអាឡិចលើកឡើងមិញថាបើសិនជាយើងជាអ្នកបង្កើតយើងជាអ្នកដែលប្រកាន់នៅគំនិតច្នៃប្រឌិតយើងជាអ្នកជាម្ចាស់ពិតប្រាកដនៃក្រុមហ៊ុនរបស់យើងគួរតែគិតទៅលើចំណុចណាខ្លះបងប្អូនគួរតែសម្លឹងមើលឡើងវិញថាអ្វីទៅដែលជាចំណុចល្អដែលបងប្អូនអាច carry យកទៅប្រើបានជាពិសេសដោយលោកលើកឡើងមិញថាយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រមិនអាច copy ផាយបានទេឬក៏ tool ឬក៏ standard នៃដំណោះស្រាយវាខុសគ្នាទៅតាមក្រុមហ៊ុនមួយពីក្រុមហ៊ុនមួយទៅក្រុមហ៊ុនមួយដូច្នេះវាគ្មានអីមួយដែលវា ideal ឬក៏ល្អដាច់សម្រាប់ apply បានគ្រប់ក្រុមហ៊ុនទេវាគឺអាស្រ័យទៅលើការបត់បែនរបស់បងប្អូនផ្ទាល់ហើយវាអាស្រ័យទៅលើភាពច្បាស់លាស់ទៅលើអាជីវកម្មរបស់បងប្អូនផ្ទាល់ហើយអាស្រ័យទៅលើការច្នៃប្រឌិតអាស្រ័យលើការមើលឃើញឱកាសរបស់បងប្អូនផ្ទាល់ទៅតាមវិស័យរបស់បងប្អូនបាទ Saying Alex, I think is already very late because sorry for the time because I talked to you that maybe we just take about 1 hour, but now is 1 hour and 45 minutes, so very long discussion. I hope you don't mind with the time. And today,
problem.
I feel very happy, and our audience also comment. They see some people know you like Mr. Hein Chawan. Let me show go to comment. So he say, great to see you here, Dr. Alex. So Mr. Chawan, maybe he know you and
Yeah,
come
I know.
Kamlang chat. Kamlang chat, sorry, Kamlang chat, yes, Kamlang chat is saying like for sharing, and Pooh so saying for your kind sharing, Alex. So many people, Alex, they actually, I believe not only the people comment on the video, but I think the audience that they gonna watch this video after the show, they
Definitely.
feel, I think they will gain something that very practical, very useful, very beneficial for their inputs, for their strategy formulation, for their planning formulation, for their business flexibility, for their business new challenges amid this COVID-19. And I like actually for the show, even though we finished the show right now, but the thing is, our audience stay coming back to watch the video. So most of our video we got around 5K, 4K, 6K, and some of the topic we share is roughly about 10K. So I don't want to steal more time from you. Is there any message or any recommendation to our business owner before we finish our show today?
Well, there's one saying that I want to share, and I hope that you can translate it really well. And it's already a very old saying. Stop doing the same thing again and expect different results. In this
Yep.
time of COVID-19, you have to change. So you have to stop doing the same thing over and over again and expect different results. You have to change.
Yep.
If you are willing
Yep.
to change, the results will change. That's very important. And this is something I want to give to all the SME, but
Okay.
also all the people in Cambodia and in the world. Be safe, be careful, take good care of yourself, your friends, your family, and be ready to change, and good things will come.
Yes, I like this is a very powerful message, and actually, it's even though it's simple, but I feel that this is a powerful message to all the entrepreneurs, to startup owners, to startuppers, to SME owners, to young entrepreneurs, because you must change because the world changing, Even though without COVID-19, right, Alex? Still, the world still evolving. The world still evolving. So many things, everything is keep changing. So why don't you change too? If you don't change, it means you cannot adapt yourself to the changes, to the new changes, to the new things. So keep changing. Okay, saying like, but អរគុណlike ដែលខ្លឹមសារ like ចុងក្រោយនេះគឺថាត្រូវតែផ្លាស់ប្ដូរបងប្អូនផ្លាស់ប្ដូរអ្វីដែលខ្លួនឯងកំពុងធ្វើរាល់ថ្ងៃនេះអ្វីដែលយើងធ្វើរាល់ថ្ងៃអ្វីដែលយើងគិតរាល់ថ្ងៃអ្វីដែលយើងផ្ដោតរាល់ថ្ងៃយើងគួរតែផ្លាស់ប្ដូររបៀបធ្វើផ្លាស់ប្ដូរការគិតផ្លាស់ប្ដូរគំនិតរបស់អ្នកផ្លាស់ប្ដូររបៀបរៀបចំការងាររបស់អ្នកដើម្បីទទួលបានលទ្ធផលថ្មីបាទបើយើងអត់មានការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរទេយើងរំពឹងផលិតផលថ្មីប្រហែលជាពិបាកណាស់ពីព្រោះបើយើងមិនផ្លាស់ប្ដូរពិភពលោកនឹងផ្លាស់ប្ដូរយើងបើយើងមិនផ្លាស់ប្ដូរក៏ COVID-19 ផ្លាស់ប្ដូរយើងដែរដូច្នេះយើងដាច់ខាតត្រូវតែផ្លាស់ប្ដូររិះរកអ្វីដែលថ្មីដូចជាអ្វីដែលលោកលើកឡើងកាលពីមុនហ្នឹងទៅរួមប្រមុនងាយចំណុច5យ៉ាងថាតើធ្វើអ្វីបានគូធ្វើវាដោយរបៀបណាធ្វើវាយ៉ាងម៉េចធ្វើវាជាមួយនឹងណាបាទធ្វើវាពេលណាបាទសាមញ្ញទេបាទយើងគូតែលើកយកអារឿងសាមញ្ញហ្នឹងមកផ្លាស់ប្ដូរការគិតរបស់យើងកុំប្តេជ្ញាផ្ដួលទៅលើរឿងដែល negative រឿងដែលលំបាករឿងដែលស្មុគស្មាញពិភពលោកស្មាត់យើងនិយាយកុំឲ្យថាខ្ញុំនឹងវាមានកំណត់វិជ្ជមានពេកបាទបងប្អូនពិភពលោករាប់លានអ្នករាប់ម៉ឺនអ្នកដែលកើត COVID-19 ផ្ទុះច្រើនជាងប្រទេសយើងក្រោមការដឹកនាំដ៏ល្អរបស់រាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលកម្ពុជាជាពិសេសក្រសួងសុខាភិបាលលោកបានស័ក្តិសមមែនទែនយើងគ្រប់គ្រងបានយ៉ាងល្អទៅហើយទើបតែមួយរយៈពេលខ្លីទេដោយសារស្ថានភាពខ្ញុំគិតថាវាជាស្ថានភាពមួយដែលយើងជៀមរួចអញ្ចឹងបងប្អូនកុំផ្ដេកខ្លួននឹងបញ្ហាខ្លាំងពេកយើងត្រូវតែរឹងមាំឡើងក្នុងពេលនេះអូខេ Saying Alex for your nice presentation and great and beneficial idea and what I can say is mindset. You are kind of you are kind of good and great speaker. You are kind of a great motivational speaker. So the way you present, the way you deliver and address the topic, it's very powerful. I believe that our audience feel that it's powerful too for themselves. So the key message for Alex is to change yourself. If you don't change yourself, the world will change you. If you don't change yourself, the business community or the competition or the COVID-19 change you. So nothing you must do is change yourself. Okay, thank you like for today. I hope you give
Okay.
me some more time for discussion. Maybe for the next show, or maybe tomorrow I
Sounds
will
good.
leave some message to you, and if we can catch up for a call, a Zoom call, or any kind of online call, I think it will be great. And I hope, and I like also very open. He's very friendly. I believe that Doctor I like he's very friendly. He's open for any discussion, for any consulting. So you guys, if you have any idea, if you have any idea, something new, any investment opportunity, any business opportunity, or any problem, you can go to Alec. So Alec is very open for discussion. Okay, thank you, Alec. So let's finish our show today by now.
Okay.
Thank you.
I got you.
Okay.